Good morning, Manoj. How are you? How you doing this morning? Hope you're doing well. Yes, that's good. That's good to know. I'm doing well also. I can't complain. Guess if I complain, it wouldn't do me no good, so I guess I won't complain. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. That's a blessing. Yep, it's a blessing. What time is it there, Manoj? It's 6:30 here in the morning. Oh, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, cool. Is it nice there? The weather's nice, or is it cold? Very hot. Wow. It's going to be very hot today, too. It's going to be 87 here today. Very, very hot. It was hot yesterday also. Today is going to be the same way. No difference. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Going to be really, really hot. You have air conditioner there, Mamas, where you at? With central air or anything to keep cool today? It's going to be one of those days. You got to have it. Yeah. You got to have it. Yeah. I'm sitting in front of it. Really cool. That's cool. Keep cool today. Don't get overheated or dehydrated. Drink lots of water while you can. It's going to get really, really hot. I'm going to do the same thing because it's going to get really, really hot here also. So I got to stay hydrated as much as I can. I drink a lot of water anyway, so I'll be all right. The topic is today, I put it on there. The topic here, what does the Bible say about dating? Good morning, Linda. How are you? Thanks for joining, sweetie. Yes, about what does the Bible say about dating? As soon as a couple people get here, Manash, we're gonna talk about it. Mahush, we're gonna talk about it. I cannot say your name right for nothing in the world. How's your morning going, Linda? It's very, very early here. Very early. Everybody's sleeping this morning or doing other stuff. I can't hear you, but I'm here. I left my headphones upstairs and don't want to wake the puppy. Okay, fine, Linda. Thank you, sweetie. I'm still being here. I'm waiting on a couple people to get here. Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep waiting. Sometimes I wish we could play music. It'd be so quiet in my house. Can't hear nothing but the furnace on or the air going on. Yep. Noisy, noisy me. I'm so noisy. Hey, how are you? Life at home. How's your day going? How's your morning going? Thanks for joining. I'm waiting on a couple people to get in here alive so we can start our topic. But I guess everybody must be asleep or they just haven't made it in yet. How's your morning going so far? Well, it's like, okay, well, how's your night going so far, life? I hope everything's going wonderful for you, girl. Right now it's 6:40 a.m. in the morning. Very, very early. I be up early like this every morning. Well, my topic today is going to be about dating. Everybody wants to date, but are you dating the proper person? Do people come in your life for the wrong reasons? And when you start dating, make sure you got the right person that the Lord line up for you. There's people date people for years and years and years, and that person tell them they're gonna get married, and they never get married. Never get with a person that you're gonna date for years and years and years, and they don't have a heart like the Lord. They don't want to go to church. Don't date people like that. Don't date somebody who tell you they're going to get married to you and you never get married. Don't date people like that. I'm good. It's 8:30. Oh, okay, cool. Don't date people like that because that's not what the Lord wants us to do, date people like that. We got to date somebody that's lined up like the Lord, somebody who's like the Lord, have a heart like the Lord. Don't date people that they say they're going to marry you and you never, and it never happened. Don't date a man that have evil thoughts, even for a woman. Don't date a woman that have these intentions that's never going to marry you, never going to amount to nothing. They're just dating for the wrong reason. There's a lot of people out here that date you for the wrong reason. They date for the wrong reason. So let's date somebody that's lined up like the Lord. Date somebody that's looking for a future. Don't date somebody that just want to have sex with you. That's not what the Lord wants you to do. The Lord wants you to date somebody that's want to get married soon, not 5 years and 10 years down the line. We don't want to do that. Yeah. So we got to date the people for the right reasons. Stop putting anybody in your life and thinking that's the right person that the Lord sent. If this person talking the wrong stuff to you, you know that's not the person for you. Date somebody likes the Lord. Date somebody that wants to go to church. Date somebody that's who's gonna pray with you and sooner or later wants to get married. Don't date nobody when they're not talking about marriage. They just want to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. That's not of God. God don't want us to date somebody like that or somebody just looking for a sex partner. No. Know the signs, guys. That is not a real date. That is not somebody that the Lord wants you to date. He wants you to date somebody that like him, that wants something out of life. Don't date somebody just looking for sex from you. That's not good. No, no. Run from anything that's evil, to have evil thoughts. If you got somebody that's always talking about evil, you run away from them because that's not of God. Somebody talking crazy to you all the time and saying they this and they that, that's not of God. You should know who's of God and who's not of God. You don't date nobody who's talking about evil, talking about people, talking crazy to you, want to fight you. That's not of God. We're dating somebody that soon is going to lead up to marriage. Don't date nobody for 10 years and then you never get married. You know that's not of God. How can you date somebody and they say they're going to marry you and y'all never get married? That's not that's not of God. Know the signs, people. Somebody who's angry all the time, somebody who's miserable all the time, that's not of God either. You want to date somebody who loves you for you, not what you have, how much you have. You got to date the right people. People every day date the wrong people, and that person promised them marriage, and they never get married. The reason why is because they done gave all they had to that person, and they got everything now. Now they're gone. Don't date people like that. Know the difference between dating and dating somebody of the Lord. A lot of people date for the wrong reasons. Don't get caught up in that. Get somebody that loves the Lord. Get somebody who have a heart like your Lord. Everybody you meet don't have a heart like the Lord. Some people just want sex. Some people just want to have somebody around company. Get somebody that's ready to be committed and down the line ready to get married. Don't get somebody that you think is going to, they say they want to get married to you and it never happens. People say it all the time. So you should know the difference between dating a good man and dating somebody just want to be there for what you have, your financial or whatever. Don't date people like that, people. Date somebody that loves the Lord, have faith in God, and enjoy life. Don't date somebody who's angry all the time, who's miserable all the time, who wants to fight you, talk about you, down you. That's not a good person to date. You should know that's not a good person to date. If somebody's going to down you all the time and talk about you, that's not nobody to date. That's not of the Lord. The Lord is not going to talk about you. So why would you get somebody here on earth that's going to talk about you behind your back and you call that's a good man or good woman? That's not. Find somebody that's lined up like the Lord that loves you for who you are, not for what you have. A lot of people in life get with people just to love them for just a. Some people get a person to date just because they lonely. Don't fall into that. Men do the same thing. They get a woman because they lonely. It's not of God. God didn't put you in that situation, so you don't get in that. Get in something that somebody gonna love you for who you are, for your heart, for your mind, for your soul. Don't get with somebody that's gonna abuse you and talk about you and down you every time they get a chance around friends. That's not of the Lord. So know the signs, people. We have to get with the right person Everybody you kind of come in contact with is not the right person. Get to know that person. Talk about the Lord to that person. If that person don't want to hear about the Lord, you know that's not the right person for you. Everybody you come in contact ain't gonna want to hear about the Lord. They're gonna go the other way. Know the signs, people. In Corinthians chapter 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, it says, "Don't be teamed with those who do not love the Lord. For what do the people of God have in common with the people of sin? How can you light with darkness, and what a harmony can there be between Christ and the devil? How can a Christian be a partner with one who doesn't believe? Yeah, how can you be a Christian and you with somebody that doesn't believe in the Lord? Don't date a person that doesn't believe in the Lord. You know that's not of the Lord. Good morning, Cool Breeze. How are you? Thanks for joining. Thank you. Welcome, sweetie. Yeah, so we want to date somebody of the Lord. Don't date nobody that's not talking about the Lord and don't want to marry you. Why date somebody that's never going to get married? You're never going to get married to. Don't date nobody that's not going to be committed to you. Date somebody that's going to be committed to you and really love the Lord for who you are. Date somebody that loves you for you. Don't date somebody that wants your money and you want their money. Date somebody for the right reasons. Don't date somebody that you've been together for 5 or 10 years and you never get married. Date somebody that's gonna get married to you. People do it every day. Date people for the wrong reason, and when it's time to get married, they don't want to get married because they got their goods. Don't date somebody that just wants sex. No. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for me. We want to date for the right reasons. Too many people dating for the wrong reasons. Don't date nobody that you done dated 10 years and he still haven't committed to you. You know that's not of God. If you with somebody 10 years and he's still saying, oh, we're going to get married next year. We're going to get married next year. That's not of God. He's never going to get married to you because he got what you gave him. You already gave him sex. That was wrong. You already committed to him and he haven't committed to you. That was wrong. You already been with him for a very long time and he still haven't committed. Hey, Queen, thanks for joining. How are you this morning? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for me. Yeah, we want to date the right person. Don't give your body to everybody that's not of God. Date somebody that's ready to get settled down. Everybody you come in contact with is not ready to settle down. They want what you got, and that's it. Don't do that. Don't be with people like that. Be with people that love the Lord. Be with people that's ready to commit. Don't be with somebody gonna be with you and for 10, 11 years and you still dating him. We don't want to line our life up like that. That's not of the Lord. If you're gonna date with somebody, the Bible says if you're gonna date somebody, make sure that guy is ready to commit to you and ready for marriage. If they're not ready to commit to you or ready for marriage, you need to move on from that person. We don't want to stick around somebody that's not committed to us. That is not of the Lord. Be with somebody that loves the Lord and is committed to the Lord. If you're going with somebody just to be doing something like that, that's wrong. Get with somebody that talk about the Lord to you. Get with somebody that's gonna read the Bible with you. Don't get with somebody that just want to be there. Just want to be there just for company. You're doing the wrong thing. You're wasting your time with somebody like that. Don't waste your time, sisters and brothers, on somebody that just wants you just for nothing. Get with somebody that wants you for who you are and ready to commit with you. There's a lot of people say they want to with you and never do, never does. You be with them for a lifetime and they never commits. No matter how hard it is, they never commit. But they can date you forever, but they would never say the word M to you. That's marriage. They would never mention that to you. And when you mention that word marriage to them, they usually run away because they don't want to hear the word marriage. They want to date you for free. Don't date people for free. Date people that's lined up like the Lord. Why date somebody that's not thinking about the Lord? That's a waste of time. Don't date nobody because you think that you're lonely. Date somebody that the Lord sent to you. And if you see that guy have bad signs or signs that the Lord giving you that to get out from that person, you better run. Don't continue staying in a bad relationship that's not going to get you nowhere. You're never going to get married. You're never going to succeed with this person. This person don't go to church with you. This person don't love the Lord. He doesn't even know the Lord, but you're with him. Don't be with people like that. Be with somebody gonna love you for you and respect you. Everybody you come in contact with, you don't respect you. And when you see those signs of people like that, you run away from those type of people. Don't stay in relationships like that. Don't stay in a dating relationship that somebody gonna say they're gonna marry you and you never get married. The Lord didn't put a person together for you to be want to get married and you never want to. You guys both got to have your heart lined up the same way. Marriage take two people, and if this person is not talking about marriage and you are, you need to run away from that person. If he's not talking about it and you've been with him 10 years, he's never going to talk about it because evidently he's probably there just for sex from you. Don't be with somebody there just for sex from you. It's more to life than just sex. We want to get somebody that the Lord sent in our life. Somebody gonna love us for who we are, not for what we got, how much we got, how what we look like. The Lord don't look at how you look. He look at your heart. See, people here in the world, they look at how you look. If you're beautiful, if you look some type of way to them, that's how they judge you. Don't judge a person for how they look or what they got. That's not what the Lord wants us to do. So we got to love one another while we can, and pick the right person in our life. Don't go picking anybody and think it's cute because it's not. Pick the right person, people. Yeah, what kind of person you should date? You should date somebody that loves the Lord, have faith in the Lord, and have a good companionship, and have a pure heart. You want to date somebody with a pure heart. Don't date nobody who don't have a pure heart. There's a lot of people dating, and they don't even have a pure heart. Why date somebody just thinking about evil all the time, acting crazy all the time with you, talking crazy all the time with you? We don't want to date people like that. There's too many people like that in the world as it is. We want to date somebody that got their heart lined up with the Lord. Don't date nobody that claims to be a Christian. There's a lot of people claims to be a Christian is not a Christian. Know the signs. When they say they're a Christian, just because you say you're a Christian, they want to say they're a Christian because they want to get with you. Make sure you know the right person. Hey, thanks for stopping in. How are you this morning, Alusha, Africa? We're talking about dating. Dating people that have the right type of mind as the Lord. Somebody got the same type of heart as the Lord. We want to date and love the Lord. Don't get with somebody that's going to hurt you, hurt your feelings, make you feel like you're nothing. You know the signs, people, but they do it all the time and you don't know who they are. So we got to date the right people and know who they are, no matter what it is. Don't date nobody that is abusive. There's a lot of abusive people in the world. Don't date people like that. Date somebody of the Lord. Always. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, dating is really dating can be very hectic sometimes because if you don't got the right person in your life and you think you got the right person, it can be very hectic. Don't get with somebody gonna tell you they're gonna marry you and you still single 10 years from now. Don't get with people like that. If somebody's gonna marry you, you let them be real to you. Don't get with somebody and say, I'm gonna marry you and you never get married. No. If they're gonna marry you, get with them. Don't get with somebody that you've been with 15 years and you guys still not married. That's not of the Lord. The Lord don't want us to be with nobody like that. So don't do that. Yeah. Date somebody that love the Lord. Yeah. So we have to be with those type of people. We want our heart lined up like the Lord. Just like he is. Hold on, people. I'm doing something. Yeah. Yeah, you want to date somebody like the Lord. Don't date nobody that's not trying to have the same type of stuff that you're having. There's a lot of people say they want a relationship and don't really want a relationship. They just want to see what you got. Don't date angry people. Don't date abusive people. The Lord don't want us to date those type of people. The people that the Lord wants us to date is a person that's a Christian, somebody that loves the Lord, somebody who's there for you at all times, somebody that don't talk down about you, somebody that loves you for who you are. Don't date nobody just looking for the outside. Date somebody that's looking for the inside, your heart. There's a lot of people in here looks for the outside. Sometimes that'll fool you. Just because a person is beautiful on the outside, they have an ugly heart. The Lord don't want you to date somebody like that. He wants you to date somebody that have a heart like his. Why date somebody like that? Why date somebody who's never going to marry you? People does it all the time. You don't do that. Get somebody that loves the Lord like you do. Get somebody who cherishes the Lord like you do. Always remember these things. We always go in life getting people that the Lord didn't send to us and it never lasts. Don't go just pick up anybody and think that's supposed to last. The Lord didn't send you that person and then you didn't put the Lord in your situation, it's not going to last. Don't get somebody that just wants sex from you. There's a lot of people just want a sex partner and they're not thinking about marrying you. You done gave them all you got and they're still not thinking about marrying you. Why get somebody that don't want to marry you? Get somebody that's ready to get married later down the line. And don't wait 10 or 15 years until you old and you can't do anything. And that's how you know they never wanted to marry you. They were just saying they want to. Find out the real reasons, people. Everybody not ready to get married when they say they are. They may say, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to start a relationship with you. And they just want to have sex with you. Know the difference between sex and a Christian man or a Christian woman. Sex is not everything, people. If you get somebody just for sex, you're doing the wrong thing. That is not what the Lord sent you. Know the difference between a real relationship, a Christian relationship, and just somebody just want to have sex. The Lord wants you to be in a committed relationship. Somebody ready to get married, somebody who loves the Lord, and somebody who's not angry, and somebody's there for you. We need to know these things. Everybody you come in contact with you is not always for you. They may say they're for you, but they're not for you. You got to listen and know the word of these things because some people are so lost when it comes to dating. They think a person that say they're pretty or they say they're beautiful, that they like them, that they want to be with them. That's not always true. Some people say that just to get to between your legs to see what you got. Know the difference. Everybody not for you when they say these type of things, and will try to get what you got. So know who's for you and know who's against you. Everybody you come in contact with is not always for you. Get with somebody ready to commit, ready to get married, not somebody that want to have sex, a sex partner. No, that's not what the Lord wants us to date for. He wants us to date to get to know that person, and sooner or later you guys gonna get married. Why get with somebody for 10 years and he never committed with you or she never committed with you and you guys still dating? And somebody asks you, are you guys married? Oh no, we've been married. I'm dating 10 years. We common law marriage. That's not no such thing as no common law marriage. That's not of God. Marriage is marriage. Common law marriage is just still dating. So if somebody tell you, oh, we've been together 10 years and it's common law, no, you need to run from that person because he's never going to marry you. He's just there. I guess to be there, I guess. I don't know. Get somebody that lined up with for the right things, not somebody that's going to say they want to get married to you and never get married to you. Don't get with an angry person that's going to always be angry. Don't get with somebody abusive. Get somebody that have faith in the Lord, that love the Lord, and have a heart like the Lord. So many people get married for the wrong reasons too. And when they date, you have to date for the right reasons. Don't go on dates that's never going to lead up to nothing. Go on. Good morning, underrated. How are you? Go on a date that's going to lead up to marriage one day. Don't date nobody for 10 years and y'all never going to get married. Hey. Yeah, don't go on a marriage that y'all never going to get married. There's a lot of people go on dates. They date people for like 10 and 15 years and never get married. Don't go on no date like that. Go on a date that a man gonna want to marry you down the line, and don't wait no 10 years to marry nobody to be with somebody before they marry you. If you wait that long, that's not of God. Get with somebody that loves the Lord, that want to read the Bible with you, want to pray with you. Get with somebody that want to go to church with you. There's a lot of people that you meet don't want to go to church with you. They just there, just to be there. So know the difference between getting with somebody that want to marry you and get with somebody that just want to date you forever or want to have a sex partner. The Lord don't want you to have a sex partner. He want you to get with somebody that loves him for real. Yeah. And also avoid people that have a bad temper. If you with somebody that have a bad temper, you know that's not of the Lord. If somebody always angry, um, fussing and doing crazy stuff all the time, you know that's not of the Lord. You don't date people like that. Blow off the handle for no apparent reason. You know that's not of the Lord. The Lord don't want you to date nobody like that. He wants you to date people that's of Him. Don't get nobody gonna fly off the handle all the time. Every time you say something, you scared to say something to him, he's gonna fly off the handle. You know that's not a person of the Lord. Get with somebody that loves the Lord. Get somebody that loves you for you. Don't get somebody that just want to be in a relationship just because they there. Get in with somebody that's a committed relationship. Get somebody that just wants to be with you for you. Get somebody that loves the Lord. Want to go to church with you every Sunday. And if you don't go to church every Sunday, get somebody that's gonna pray with you at home. At least look at the people on the bike in the on the video. TD Jakes or somebody if you're not going to church every Sunday. Get some type of stuff in your life about the Lord. We're not saying you have to go to church every Sunday, but get with somebody that wants to go to church sometime with you. Get somebody who want to read the Bible with you. Everybody you come in contact with you don't want to read the Bible. And you got to get in contact with somebody that loves the Lord. Everybody you come in contact doesn't love the Lord. They may say they love the Lord, but once you start talking to them more and more, you'll find their true color. Some people get with you because you're pretty. Some people get with you because that's what they want to do. Don't get with people because they're handsome or pretty. Get with somebody that got a beautiful heart because that'll fool you sometimes. There's beautiful people out there. There's handsome people out there doesn't have a heart like the Lord. And you got to know these things, people. You get with people just because of beauty or because they're handsome, those could be the wrong people. Get with somebody that loves the Lord. Get with somebody that wants to get married sooner or later. Don't get with somebody that you're going to be dating forever and forever and forever, and it never changes. Love the Lord. Be with somebody that loves the Lord. Don't get somebody that's angry, that's going to have a bad temper and want to fight you, who's abusive. Don't get with people like that. The Lord don't send those type of people to you. You guys pick those type of people on your own. The Lord never sends you somebody that's going to want to fight you and hurt you. He sends people that loves you, that wants to be with you, for real, that wants to get married soon, not 30 years down the line when you can't do anything. Who wants to get with somebody, marry somebody 30 years later? You want to get somebody that's going to marry you soon. You got to know the signs, people. Don't get with nobody going to abuse you and talk down on you and hurt your feelings. That's what the Bible said. You read the Bible, it tells you don't get with these type of people. But people does it anytime anyway because they're anxious. They're anxious and they're lonely. So when you lonely, you get with anybody. When you lonely, the God's having the God don't send you people just because you're lonely. He send you people because he think that's who needs to be in your life. Don't know the difference between loneliness and somebody that loves you for who you are. People don't do it anymore. They just get with anybody they can and say, oh, well, this is who I'm going to be with. Don't do that. Be with somebody that's going to love you really, really, really love you. Because there's a lot of people say they really love you and don't really love you at all. It'd be a lie. They're just trying to see what you have, how much you got, and how much you're going to give them. And when you give them what you shouldn't give them, they're going to run with it. Know the signs, people. Everybody you contact and come in contact with doesn't love the Lord. Get with somebody that loves the Lord. Everybody don't love the Lord. They put on a show just to get you. Once they get you, then you see the true color. We all got to know these things because everybody we come in contact with it doesn't love the Lord. They'll say it all the time. Oh, I love the Lord. Oh, I'll go to church with you. They ain't thinking nothing about the church. They just want to get in your, just get with you for sex. Don't get with people just for sex. That's not of the Lord. Get with somebody that's going to love you for who you are. Respect you. Respect the person you are. Pray with you. Yeah, so we got to learn these things. We have to learn these things, people. So many people are living the wrong way because they think that is the way to live. That is not the way to live. We got to live the right way. Too much going on not to live the right way. We on here living in this planet and we're dating and we're not thinking about getting married. We're just dating because that's the right thing to do. That's wrong. You should date somebody that's ready to get married soon. And another thing the Bible say, he said, don't date a lazy Christian. What that means, it says, a lazy Christian is to stay away from Christians who spend his days in laziness and does not follow the idea of hard work. That means that don't date somebody that doesn't want to work, don't want to provide for their family. Don't date nobody like that. That's called a lazy Christian. They call themselves a Christian, and if if they are a Christian, don't date them if they're lazy. How are you gonna date somebody that's lazy, don't want to do nothing? You doing everything, and they're just sitting down on their butt, waiting on you to do something. That means he's not of the Lord. He just want to sit around and just watch you do everything. Don't date a lazy Christian. That's called a lazy Christian. We don't want those type of people in our lives either. We want to date somebody that the Lord sends to our life. Somebody who's going to love us for who we are, not for what we got. So many people does it. But that's just the way it is. We got to wait till more people come in here because I just see I have one person in here and I'm still waiting. I'm just talking and talking and talking. When more people come here, we'll finish talking. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We have to learn these things. Be bold. Got to learn them while we're ahead. Ooh, ooh. I am so tired. So, so tired. You know the signs? People. We got to know them. Know who's there for us and know who's not. Now, just because you dating somebody, that don't mean they always there for you. Oh, 63244. Oh, wow. Okay. Good morning, P. Smith. How are you? Thanks for joining. How's your day going so far? How's your day going so far? Hoping everything is going good for you. I was talking about dating, but it's going really slow this morning. Usually be way more people than that in here. So how's it going for you so far? Very unusual day for me today. Oh, mine is awesome. Me too. Everything is starting off pretty good. I can't complain. I was talking about dating. You know, we all date the wrong people sometimes. We don't want to get our heart messed up by dating the wrong people. We shouldn't. Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain. We don't want to date the wrong people. Hey, yeah, I'm doing good. We don't, we always get with the wrong people thinking those are the people for us all the time. But being that if you're a Christian, you want to date somebody that want to get married sooner or later. Don't date somebody down the line that they want to get married 10 years later. You want to date somebody that want to get married real soon. Don't date nobody that have a very bad temper and doesn't have a heart like the Lord. There's a lot of people in life, they date people that doesn't have a heart set up like the Lord. We don't want to date people like that. We want to date people that really loves the Lord and really for the Lord. Stop dating for the wrong people. There's people just dating for sex. That's not of the Lord. We want to date somebody that's of the Lord. We don't want to date somebody that have a bad temper. We don't want to date somebody that's not going to be committed. When you date somebody, you want to date somebody that goes to church with you, prays with you, and loves the Lord. We don't find those type of people in the world anymore because half of the people that we date don't love the Lord. They just say they do just to get with you for no reason. Don't date people like that. We need to run away from people like that because those people is not of the Lord. Don't date nobody to have a bad temper. Good advice and encouragement. Yes, there's a lot of people date people for the wrong reasons. We date people because we think we love them and they really don't love us. Don't date people for that. Date people for the right reasons. You don't want to date nobody who's always angry. You don't want to date a lazy Christian either. What I mean by a lazy Christian, you don't want to date somebody who don't want to go to work, don't want to do nothing, don't want to go to church, just want to sit home. That's what you call a lazy Christian. We don't need people like that in our life. We need to date a person that loves the Lord and ready to get married. Don't date nobody that you've been with 15 years and you're still not married to him. You know the Lord didn't send that type of person to you. Somebody you gotta wait 15 years to get married to, that's not of the Lord. Get with somebody that loves the Lord for who they are. Get with somebody that loves you. Get with somebody that's just not looking for outer beauty, but looking for inner beauty. Mostly people, they date people for what they look like. Don't go around dating people for what they look like because you get, that's not of the Lord. That's not of the Lord because they're not dating you for the right reasons. They dating you because of what you look like. The Lord didn't send nobody like that to you. He dated somebody, send you somebody that's gonna love Him and have a heart lined up with Him. Everybody you come in contact with doesn't have a heart like the Lord. We have to know these things. Get somebody that's gonna encourage you every day to do better. If you're doing wrong, get with somebody that can encourage you to do better, to want to do better. Don't get with somebody that's gonna be with you just for sex. People do it every day. Yes, they does it every day. Good morning, my beautiful friend. How are you? And also, you look very pretty. Ah, good morning. Thank you, Melvin, so much. Yeah, so we want to date for the right reasons. Don't date nobody just looking for sex. There's people every day just looking for sex. That's it. That's not what the Lord put in front of you. The Lord didn't put you there for somebody just looking for sex. And don't get with somebody just want to get married. Don't want to get married right then. You get with people just not want to get married. You've been with them 30 years. You guys still not married. You know why? Because that's not who the Lord sent you. Don't get with somebody that just want to be with you just for just what you got. Usually, a person is not of the Lord just to be with you just to use you. They're not caring about what you have. They're not there for what you have. Good morning, Shanks. Thanks for stopping in. Guys, make sure you hit that like button for me. Yeah. Get with somebody that really loves the Lord. There's people here getting with you just because they want to have sex with you and looking for outer beauty. Don't date somebody just because what they look like. Date somebody what their heart looks like. Good morning, P. Smith. Yeah. Date somebody for what their heart looks like. And don't date a lazy Christian. Somebody that doesn't want to go to church, somebody that doesn't want to work. That's not what the Lord put in your life. If you're dating somebody that's a lazy, that's not of God. If you're dating somebody that have a really, really bad temper, blows up all the time for no reason, that's not of God. If you're dating somebody for money, that's not of God. If you're dating somebody for what they look like, that's not what of God. God doesn't judge for what you look like on the outside. He goes for your heart. Good morning, Shane. Oh, you already got to say something. Good morning, Sabrina. So these days and ages, we have to learn to date for people for what the Lord wants us to date for, not for sex. Mostly people get in a relationship because of sex. You got a sex partner, so you're gonna get in a relationship. Don't get in a relationship just for sex. Get in a relationship for somebody that's gonna be committed to you and want the same things that you want. Somebody to go to the church with you. Somebody that reads the Bible with you. That's the type of person we need. We don't need a person that we're gonna get with just for sex. Sex is not everything, and that's not what the Lord put in your life. If that's who you got, that is the wrong person. We get with a person that loves the Lord. Yeah. Get with somebody that loves the Lord. No matter who it is, get with somebody that loves the Lord. Somebody can tell you any day that they love the Lord. Sometimes they got to prove that to you. And some people fake that they love the Lord just to get with you. And once they get with you, you find their true color. Learn these things, people. Dating is very easy to do, but is that the man that the Lord sent you? You can date anybody in the world, but you got to get the man that the Lord sent you, or get the woman that the Lord sent you. Don't get somebody because they say you're pretty. Hey, 49 Cent, thanks for joining. Hello, Prince, how are you? Yeah. So get with somebody that loves the Lord. I'm doing good, Prince. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Don't get somebody just wants sex from you. Because I can get with somebody just wants sex from me, but is that of the Lord? No. You want to get somebody that really, really, truly loves you for who you are. Get with somebody that's committed to you. Get with somebody that's not lazy, somebody that's not hot headed, temper is all crazy. Don't get with nobody like that. That's not of the Lord. The Lord is not going to send you somebody with a bad temper. Get connected with someone who is capable of bringing out the best of us, who will love and honor us just as He love and honor the world. Amen, Peace Smith. That's who we want to get with. We don't want to get somebody that just wants sex from us. There's a lot of people just want sex from you. And somebody that's never going to get married to you. They say you're going to get married to you, and 30 years down the line, you guys are still dating. That's not of the Lord. If you still dating somebody 30 years from now, and he promised you or she promised you that they're going to get married and never get married, that's not of the Lord. Know the signs, people. That's not of the Lord. Thumbs up the live, guys, if you haven't. Be with a true man or true woman of God. Someone who in front of you is really the good behind the man. Amen, Melvin. We're doing good, Prince. I can't complain. Uh, yeah, so get with somebody that's lines up with the Lord. You can always get with somebody that want to have sex with you, but that's not of the Lord. If somebody's coming to you telling you, "Oh, I want to get with you because of sex," you run away from them. Yay, 40 cents. That's awesome. Awesome. Congratulations, friend, to you. Yeah. Get somebody that loves the Lord. Don't, and you know what? The Lord goes for inner beauty. People here on earth goes for outer beauty. Stop going for outer beauty. Go for inner beauty. Because like I said, that person can be handsome on the outside or beautiful on the outside and have a crazy heart. Did the Bible speak specifically on 80? Amen, he does. You want me to give you the it's First Corinthians verse 5 through 11. When I say something to you, Prince, it's what I done read, okay? It's First Corinthians verse 5 through 11. Go read about it. Still here listening, getting ready for it. Okay, Melvin. Yeah. I'm not gonna just talk about something and don't know about it. Okay? Yeah, so when we date somebody, make sure we get the right person. Like I said, don't get a lazy Christian. There's a lot of lazy Christians want you to do everything. and they don't do nothing. Somebody that doesn't go to church. Yeah, check it out. It's in 1 Corinthians verse 5 through 11. Who speaks about something they don't know it? That would be really crazy. I humbly say that I am so grateful to have a man, the man that, oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you, P. Smith. Yeah, when you talk about something, know about it. Don't just talk about something on live stream and you don't know about it. I can back up anything I talk about. You get somebody that's going to love the Lord. It says on 1 Corinthians verse 5 to 11, date someone who claims to be, don't date somebody who claims to be a Christian and don't live by the Bible. And it also says, um, be with somebody, don't date with somebody who's greedy on wanting sex all the time. Don't date somebody who's greedy or swindler or worship idols. Don't date somebody who idol different things other than the Lord. We got to idol the Lord, not things on earth. Um, Indeed, yes, P. Smith, we have to actually read about Ruth and Rosie, and you will find out about great. Amen, Melvin. You're not going to say something that you don't know nothing about. Why would somebody get in front of a camera or a live screen and don't know what they're talking about? Who does that? That's horrible. Um, yeah, we got to date the right people. And it also says in the Bible, Thessalonians, verse 3 through 6, it says don't date lazy people. What I mean by lazy Christians, what I was just telling you, don't date nobody that don't want to go to church with you, don't want to pray with you, want you to do everything. That's what you call a lazy Christian. Thank you, 49 cents. Yeah, date somebody that's gonna love the Lord. Date somebody knows what they're talking about. Date somebody that's want to be committed. Don't date somebody that's gonna be with you just for sex. Date somebody that's gonna want to get married with you within 2 years or so. Don't date nobody that you done been with 20 years and you're never married, and you say common law. Common law is not nothing. That's not marriage. That's not that you're gonna get married. That's just saying you're with somebody. You're not married. Date somebody that wants to get married. The Lord don't put two people together just to date. He wants you to get married eventually. Don't date nobody talking about sex to you. That's not of the Lord. I got to go to church and love it. I got I go to church and love it. Yes, we have to. Um, hey, gaming school, how are you doing this morning? Make sure you guys are giving me this thumbs up, please. Yeah, we gotta date the right people. Everybody think you're dating the right people. They're not always dating. In First Peter's, it talks about First Peter's verse 3 to 4. It says don't date people from the outside. You know how people date you just because the way you look. Don't do that. So when you go in the Bible and look for this stuff, what I'm talking about, go look from First Peter's verse 3 to 4. It's telling you about inner beauty. The Lord wants you to look for the inside, not the outside. People go when they go on dates, they look for the outside of a person. Don't do that. Go look for the inside, and you can find that verse what I'm just talking about on First Peter verse 3 through 4. It says, "Be beautiful inside your hearts, without the lasting charm of a gentle and quiet spirit that is so precious to God." So God want people to look for the inside of a person, not the outside of beauty. Because outside of beauty always don't always line up the same as the inside. So always know what you're looking for. And if some reason one has dated the wrong person of God cheer, put your trust in the Lord, and He will really able to bring you through. Amen. P. Smith. Um, P. Smith. Thank you. I just told you the scripture. You need to go listen and look at the scripture. If you think I'm wrong, why are you on my live, anyways? I know what I'm talking about, Prince. You don't have to come over here and contradict what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, don't come to my live anymore, please. You can get off my live. Yeah. But on Corinthians first 5 through 11, it says don't date someone who claims to be a Christian. So you guys need to go look at that verse also. It says what it says. What I meant by don't date somebody that doesn't. You know how people claim to be a Christian, but really they're not. No, yes you do. I don't. Every day you've been really you've been really stealing my joy, but I'm not gonna let you come here and steal my joy. You've been doing that every day, and I've been trying to be kind and sweet to you, but I don't I don't think I want you in my life no more. I'm sorry. I just mm-mm. You've been doing a lot here lately, and it's not good. You know, I'm not gonna let the devil steal my joy, especially not you. So yeah, let's date the right people and know who the right people are. And what it was telling me right here, and on First Timothy verse 2 verse 22, it says what kind of person you should date, and it says run from people that have bad minds, talk crazy to you, have crazy thoughts about stuff, talking about they loving the Lord and they don't really love the Lord. People pretend to love the Lord, and once you meet them, they don't love the Lord. So run away from those type of people. And that verse right there, what I'm just talking about, is in Timothy verse 2 verse 22. You'll find that verse in the Bible. Watch out for those wolves who want to eat up your joy. I know they do it every day, but you know what? I know who I'm praying. I am a Christian, and I know what I pray about. So you know, I don't worry about people like that. But yeah, we need to read about that. And then what is the verse I was talking about? And when I said avoid people that have bad temper, the Lord said avoid people who have bad tempers. You can look at that in Proverbs verse 22, verse 24. It tells you to avoid people that have bad temper, who talk about you, talk bad about you, always boast up about everything. Avoid people like that. Get people with people that's humble, that's lined up like the Lord. Don't get with people gonna dog you, talk about you, and hate on you. Get with somebody gonna really love the Lord. They claim to love the Lord and deny the power of it. Yeah, you're right. So get with people that really loves the Lord. People claim to love the Lord and they don't always love the Lord. Get with somebody that really, really love the Lord. Get with somebody that want to marry you, not just for sex. There's people every day get with you just because of sex. Don't get with people like that. They will steal your joy, and they'll think that you think they loving you, and they really don't. Get with somebody that's committed. Everybody you come in contact with is not committed. They're not committed with the Lord. They think they say they're committed with the Lord, but they're not. And inner beauty. We talked about inner beauty. And also get with somebody that doesn't have a bad attitude. You can find people that you meet from the beginning and they don't have a bad attitude. But as you go getting to know them more and more, you see that they have a bad attitude. Try to stay away from people like that, because people like that will steal your joy. And that's not what the Lord send you. Lord don't send you people that steal your joy. He send people that come to you as peace. So when that scripture is in Romans chapter 15, verse 5 through 6. That's date somebody with a great attitude. If you want to go look back at that verse, make sure you go back and look at that verse. It tells you about people with attitudes, people who you should date, who you shouldn't date. And you want to date somebody that encourages you and supportive to you. There's a lot of people that you date doesn't encourage you and don't support you. You can find that scripture in Philippians chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. That's somebody that encourages you. You want to find about how should I date? Who should I date? Date somebody who encourages you, who prays with you, and you also want to date somebody who cheers you on when you're having a bad day. Get with somebody who cheers you on, not bring you down. P. Smith said, "God will deliver. Keep sharing the word of God, and know that truly I appreciate your community much love." Thank you so much, P. Smith. Yeah, people try to steal your joy, but if you let them steal your joy, they will. I try to keep on being humble the way I am and just continue on growing what the Lord want me to be. So yeah, date somebody that encourages you and who's very supportive. There's every day you come in contact with people, they don't support you and they're not there for you. I'm at work. I just got out the office. I noticed your topic and a Christian, I think, is good to know about the topic. I just here for a few minutes, so I want to be able to follow along. Yeah, but you just telling me that I don't know about my topic. Oh, well, you didn't say that. It's just the way you put it. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just gonna leave you alone for a minute. Yeah, right. So yeah, so we got to know what we're talking about when we talk about. Don't get on live stream and don't know what you're talking about. I can back up anything I talk about. I tell you the scriptures that I talk about. I read the Bible every single day. Well, oh well, I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm talking to other people right now. But anyway, yeah. If you want to know about that scriptures I said about encouraging each other and supporting each other, go to Philippians chapter 2 verse 2. It tells you about the Lord wants you to get with somebody that's gonna support you, and He wants you to get somebody with you that can encourage you. Everybody you get with doesn't encourage you. So get with somebody that's going to encourage you always. Don't get with somebody going to down you, bring you down, and doesn't love the Lord. There's a lot of people say they love the Lord, but don't really love the Lord. So get with somebody that's going to love the Lord. Everybody doesn't love the Lord. They say they do, but they don't. Don't get with somebody that you're going to date for 20 years and you never get married. Write down every detail of your wife and husband, your desire that make it plain. Pray over it and study it. Yeah, Psalm 23. Yeah, right, Sabrina. So you know people say stuff and don't know it. I study the Bible every single day, and I'm gonna always study the Bible. I know what I'm talking about. Um, and it says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 4, in dating relationships, don't be exclusive. Care about others too. When you're in dating somebody, don't be exclusive. I'm walking in. Okay. Don't be exclusive. Know what you're talking about when you're dating somebody. Don't be with somebody that's going to down you for every little thing. Be with somebody that's hot tempered. What I mean by hot tempered, always going off on you for something. That's not what the Lord sent somebody to come in your life to do. If you got somebody like that coming in your life to destroy you and talk about you and hurt you and make you feel lesser than a woman or lesser than a man, you need to run from those type of people because those people are not of God. God didn't send those people to you. You picked those people out. He didn't send those type of people to you. You want people that the Lord sent to you. You want people that make you feel good about yourself. You don't want people to down you or dog you and make you feel lesser than a woman or lesser than a man. I mean, men get treated just bad as women is, but you got to know who you're dealing with. Don't date anybody. People out here lonely. They just dating anybody because they think it's something of God. That's not of God. Just dating anybody. You want to date somebody that like have a heart just like the Lord. And when you do that, you'll see how things change for you. And another thing we need to do. This is in Second Peter, verse 1 through 6. It says, let our relationship progress step by step. And it says, learn to put aside your own desires so that you will become patient and godly, gladly letting God have his way with you. This will make possible the next step. Watch is for you to enjoy other people and like them, and finally you will grow to love them deeply. So you got to know these things. Take life step by step. Take a relationship step by step. Don't try to rush into everything. Don't try to rush into sex. Don't try to rush into um, marriage. Get to know that person, but don't go 10, 11 years down the line just before you get married. Get married way before 10 and 11 years. If you've been with that person, dating that person so long, it doesn't take no 10 and 11 years to know a person, to know if that's the right person for you. Evidently, that person don't want to get married. If he waiting that long to marry you, something is wrong. Or if she waiting that long to marry you, something is wrong. Evidently, they don't want to get married for real. They're just saying they want to get married and they don't. So don't get with people like that. Yeah. And what it said what to avoid on dates. This is on Romans chapter 13, verse 13. Be decent and true in everything you do. That can always improve your behavior. Don't spend your time in wild parties. Don't get with people that's going out drinking and smoking and living the wrong way. You get with people like that's not of God. You don't want somebody that's drinking and you at home and they're partying all night. That's not of God. That's not a Christian. Prince, just leave it alone, okay? Just leave it alone. Yeah, that's not of God. We don't want to get with people like that. We don't want to get with somebody that's fighting and jealousy. And you can find this on Romans chapter 13, verse 13. It'll tell you who to avoid when you're dating somebody. You don't want to be with somebody that's fighting and jealous of you. You don't want to be with somebody that's having wild parties and smoking and doing all that. You can find that verse in Romans chapter 13, verse 13. Romans chapter 13, verse 13. Go look at that verse about fighting and jealousy and all that good stuff. Yeah. We don't want to get with people like that. Dating should not include a sexual relationship. And you can find that verse in chapter Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13 through 18. You don't want to be in a relationship that is just involves sex. It's more out of life than sex. We got to get in a relationship with God first, other than even before we put sex in our relationship. You are hitting some major points. Thank you, Melvin. Yeah. So yeah, and what it says, dating should not include sexual relationship. And if you want to find that, go to Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. You'll find that in the Bible also. But sexual sin is never right. Our bodies were not made for that. But for the Lord, that is why I say to run from sex sin. The Lord tells us in Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13, if somebody out just for sex, you need to just run from them. And you can go look at that verse and you can find out if it's true. How about that? Yeah. Run from sex. Don't be with somebody that just want to have sex with you. If you be with somebody that just want to have sex with you, that's not of God. And that's what mostly men and women do. They get with somebody because of want to have sex or the way they look. Don't do that. Because soon that all is going to fade. Be with somebody that the Lord sent you for the right reason, not for the wrong reasons. Yeah. What else it says? And the God says, keep yourself pure. What I mean by that, He wants you to keep yourself clean. He wants you to keep yourself pure and clean for the right person that comes along in your life. If you're giving your body up to everybody just because you're dating, you're not keeping yourself pure. You have to keep yourself pure for that right person that the Lord sent in your life. And you can find that verse in 1 John chapter 3, verse 3. Always keep yourself pure. And again, that verse is on 1 John chapter 3, verse 3. He wants you to keep yourself pure and believe that there's somebody out there waiting for you. Don't get with anybody that's going to steal your joy or make you feel lesser than a person. If you're going to get with somebody going to steal your joy every day and make you feel lesser than a person, you know that person is not of the Lord. We have to know these things. Everybody you come in contact with is not of the Lord. Everybody you come in contact with don't want to get married. They may say it because you look a certain way just to get with you or just to get between your legs or anything to have sex with you. That's not of the Lord. If you find somebody like that, you need to run. Yeah. And another thing it says in the Bible, in Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3, it says, to keep hurting ourselves sexually, desires and activity must be placed under Christ's control. You go, girl, running down there those verses of a man. Yeah, I have to, because that's the only way you're gonna know things. I'm not just gonna say stuff and I don't read about it. Who goes online to just say something and they don't know about it? I know everything I talk about, sweetie, all the time. I'm not gonna get on here and not gonna know what I'm talking about. Who does that? That's horrible. Yeah. So yeah, it says that, and it says in the Bible, Psalms chapter 51, verse 2 through 4, it says, first acknowledge your sin. And tell the Lord to wash you clean. If you did something that you're not proud of while you're dating somebody, tell the Lord to wash you clean. And you can find that on Psalms chapter 51, verse 2 to 4. If you did something that wasn't pleasing to the Lord, ask Him to wash you clean. Ask Him to take all that sin away from you. Because there's a lot of people did something they're not pleasing of when you're dating. Tell Him to take it away from you. Wash you clean. Get on your knees and pray about it. And second, ask for forgiveness. We don't never ask for forgiveness. There's a lot of people do stuff and they never ask for forgiveness. And you can find that chapter, Psalm chapter 51, verse 7 through 12 also. You got to ask for forgiveness when you do stuff that's stuff not lined up like the Lord. Are you still here, Sabrina, or are you just listening in the background? Yeah. So don't, people will come and steal your joy. People will come and make you feel like you're not doing the right thing. But if you're serving the Lord and you know you're doing the right thing, that's all that matters. I'm not gonna let nobody steal my joy. I never did. I never will. I am gonna still be happy. I'm gonna still be humble. I'm gonna humble myself up to the Lord like I always do, and I don't care what nobody says because I'm here for the Lord, not for people. People will make you feel like you are nothing. That is not what I'm capable of. Hey, kicking it. Good morning. How are you? We're talking about dating. What we should date, who we should be dating when we are a Christian. Mostly people come in our lives for a reason, but they don't stay very long. But when we get with the right person that the Lord sends us, that's when it stays. Make sure you guys thumbs up the live. Yeah, so know what you're talking about when you talk it. Even if you're online, even if you're not online, know what you're talking about. Everybody you come in contact with doesn't know what they're talking about. If you're a Christian, study the Bible. If you're not a Christian, still study the Bible. Know about dating. Know about dating a Christian man. Know about dating a Christian man. Everybody you contact with don't know about dating a Christian man and doesn't know about dating a Christian woman. If I'm a Christian, I'm going to know about dating me a Christian man. I'm not going to just put anybody in my life. I'm going to know who I'm dating. Everybody you come in contact is not Christian. They may play like they're Christian, but they're not. I want a Christian man. I'm going to find me somebody that loves the Lord and have a heart like the Lord. I'm not going to find nobody who's going to pretend to be a Christian around me and they're not really a Christian. I guess Frank is doing good. I haven't talked to him lately, Melvin. I am so lucky that I experienced love at first sight. We have our 20. Oh, wow. Kicking that is wonderful. It's hard. You know what? Kicking it, it's hard to find a person like that. You have to really, really pray about that. Like I said, I was married 11 years, and that was the love of my life. And I don't think I would ever find nobody like that. And I dated him for a while. Matter of fact, I dated him only 6 years. Not 6 years. I dated him for 6 months, and we got married. After 6 months, I got married. And it lasted 11 years until he died. But like I said, you have to date for the right reasons. And I prayed about this man, even though this, like I said, we were talking about lazy Christians. And you can find that verse back here on, what did I say about lazy Christian? It's we dating lazy Christian. He was a lazy Christian. He didn't want to go to church. He didn't want no parts of the church. But as we got to know each other, learning each other, he started to go to church more and do the right things. So avoid people that's lazy and a person that commit adultery and do all these types of things on you. You don't want to be with people like that. I'm trying to find the verse on lazy Christians. I was just talking about it. We want to find somebody that's a supporter. Everybody you run into is not don't support you. A spiritual relationship is always a good one. Yeah, it's always good to have. Yeah, but people will steal your joy and make you feel like you are nothing. So avoid those type of people. Stay away from those type of people. People will come and steal your joy. They steal it every day. Don't be around people that's going to steal your joy. Don't let people tell you that you're not doing good when you know you're doing good. You know that's not the type of person you should be dating. Don't date a person that got a hot temper. What I mean by a hot temper is somebody's always blowing it up at you about stupid stuff. Like they get mad at you because you say the sky is blue and they say it's green. That's stupid stuff. Don't date people like that. Date people of the Lord. We all date the wrong type of people. Don't do that. Date people like the Lord date. He wants people to look for your inner beauty, not the outer beauty. Mostly men and women date people for what they look like. Don't date people for what they look like. Don't look for marriage if you still want to play games. Right. Don't look for marriage if you want to play games. There's a lot of people who want to play games but still want to be married. That's not of the Lord. The Lord didn't send you people like that. He sent you people that really ready to get married, really ready to settle down. And don't date nobody for 10 years and think they want to marry you. They're not going to marry you if y'all been together 10 years and he still ain't said nothing about marriage. I got married 6 months later to my husband, and we stayed married 11 years until he died. So don't date nobody that they say they want to marry you and y'all still dating 10 years later. That's not of the Lord. Don't do that. Always get with somebody that's going to encourage you and want you to do better. And you can find that verse in Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. It'll tell you about somebody dating the curve that wants to encourage you and wants you to do better. Go look at these scriptures I said. Go back to what I said on my live stream and go look at them. And you'll know. You want to be with a Christian that cheers you on. You don't want to be with a Christian that's going to bring you down. If you're dating somebody that's not cheering you on, that's not the right person for you. And you can also find that in chapter 2, verse 1. Go look at these things, people. Trisha, you are setting me on fire. I'm trying to stay focused. You better stay focused on your job. Yeah. Know who to think. And also, it says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 1, date somebody with a tender heart. You don't want somebody with a bad heart trying to date. Date somebody with a kind heart. Date somebody who's humble. You don't always find people humble, and you don't always find people with a good heart. There's people say they got a good heart for a while, and once you meet them, they're horrible. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I have met a lot of people like that. So find who you're dating. Be with a person who will be on your team, not a user. Amen. There's a lot of users out there. They say they're for you, but they're against you. Those type of people wear shields over their face. What I mean by shield, those are Satan, people that Satan sent next to you, that you think that those people are for you, but really they're against you. Don't date people like that. Date someone who encourages you. Like I said, you can find that on Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. You want to date somebody to make you feel happy about yourself, make you feel good about yourself. Like if you're feeling bad about yourself, you want to date somebody that's ready to tell you that you look good. Don't worry about what other people say about you. Date a Christian like that, and don't date a Christian for long that doesn't want to get married. People do the wrong thing all the time. Date people and they never get married to them. Stop looking for love on all the. Amen. Say it again, Melvin. Don't look for love in the wrong places, in all the wrong places. People always look for love in the wrong places. And when you do that, you get hurt. Pray for somebody. Wait for that person. And let the Lord give you a sign that's the right person. Everybody you contact with is not the right person for you when you're dating. Don't date somebody just for sex. Don't date somebody for what they look like. Date somebody for who they are, and if they love the Lord. Hey, Marcy, thanks for stopping in. How are you? Make sure you hit that like button if you can. Yeah, yeah. We want to date for the right reasons. Everybody dating for sex. Everybody dating for outer beauty. When the Lord say that, date for the inner beauty. Date for inner beauty. Don't date for what a person looks like. And when you want to find when it says about dating for inner beauty, go to First Peter chapter 3 verse 4. It'll tell you about dating for inner beauty, not the outer beauty. Go back and look at these chapters, and you'll see just what I'm talking about. And when you do, you smile about it because it's true. It's absolutely true. Yes, it's true, Marcia. You date for inner beauty, not outer beauty. Everybody dating for what somebody look like. Don't do that because you're gonna get a root of awakeness. Think of wait dating for somebody what they look like because you may date somebody for what they look like and it doesn't last long. Make sure you guys thumbs up the live for me. Yeah, date somebody for the inner beauty. Inner is better than the outer because inner lasts longer than the outer. You dating somebody for what they look like, that's soon gonna get wrinkled, and then you're gonna find somebody else for beauty. So you can't date somebody for what they look like. Date for inner beauty. And date somebody who's a Christian. Don't just go date anybody. Don't date any old person. We can all date any old person. But you're going to get a rude awakeness if you date any old person. You can't do that. You want to date for the right reasons. Always date for the right reasons, no matter what. And always let the relationship progress step by step. Step by step. Always take one day at a time when you're dating somebody. Don't rush into a relationship. Take one day at a time, step by step. And you can find that on First Peter chapter 1 verse 6 also. And you can also find it on Second Peter first through 6. It tells you all about taking step by step with a person. Don't rush into a relationship with somebody. If you see that relationship going bad from the beginning, you run from that relationship. Don't keep being in a dead relationship that's not going to get you nowhere. Sex is actually a serious action in marriage or relationship. It means that two people now becomes one. Amen. Exactly, Melvin. And people are not using it that way. People are using sex as a tool. It's not a tool. You have to work hard for that type of stuff. You have to be right for that type of person. You have to be married for that type of stuff. You have to be about to get married. If you're not married, you got to be on your way to get married. Don't say you're marrying somebody and you're not really marrying them just to get sex from them, or just to get close to them, or just to see what they got. Don't do that. That's hurting. That's not only hurting the person, you're hurting the Lord also. Um, but I dated a man, and it seems right, and played husband and material, but he turned out to be wolf in sheep clothing. See, you can't do that, Marsha, Marisha Marshall. You can't do that. I mean, it seems like yeah. Sometimes it seems nice from the beginning, but it don't really be that way. And don't and women don't do wifey things for a man that you're not married to. Like go cook for him and do all that. That's not your husband, so don't do that type of stuff. When you're dating somebody, don't do that. Do the right thing when you're dating. And that means marry somebody for who they are. Don't marry a person and you going around doing everything for them. You're not married to that person. You're not titled to cook for that person and do all those type of things. Don't do that. When you marry somebody, you cook and do all that stuff for them. You don't do wifey things or do those type of things and you're not married to them. I'm not going to do that. Do wifey things when you're married to that person. Don't be dating a person and doing everything a wife would do for them. No, you don't do that. Do that when you're married to a person. And don't move in with the person and you're not married with him. Move in with the person that you're married to, and you guys are about to get married. You're engaged and you're gonna get married next year, next month, or something. Don't get move in with a person and he take 10 years to marry you. That's not of the Lord. Don't do wifey things to somebody that you're not married to. Yeah. So a person will show you who they are, and sometimes it take a while before a person show you who they are. Trisha, what time are you going to live later? Probably around about 2 or 3. I'm trying to get my watch hours together here, Melvin. Just we married. I cook, wash, clean, save his money. We married. I want cook, wash, clean, save his money, but he wasn't for that 9 ways for you. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. But the Lord gonna send you somebody better. Don't worry. Don't worry. Sometimes you waste your time on people that's not for you. People does it all the time. Yeah, don't play house with people. And don't do wifey things. That's what people do all the time. They play house with a person. And knowing later on you done wasted your time with that person and he wasn't even for you. Don't do that. Know who's for you and know who's against you. Everybody you come into contact is always not always for you. Know these things, people. Yeah. What is it else? It says dating should not include sexual. And it says dating should never include sexual relationship. And when you want to know about that, go to Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13 through 18. It'll tell you about that. Yeah. You'll find somebody that's going to appreciate you, honey. Don't worry about that. You date somebody that's going to appreciate you, and don't date somebody that's talking about sex all the time with you. You know that person is nothing, don't want nothing but sex. Date somebody talking more than just sex. Date somebody talking about the Lord to you. Date somebody that want to be with you because of you, not the outside, but the inside. And you can find those verses also on Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. And it says, keep yourself pure. What I mean by keep yourself pure, keep yourself clean. Keep yourself good for the man the Lord going to send to you or the woman the Lord going to send to you. And you can find that verse on 1 John verse 3 through verse 3, chapter 3, verse 3. You can find that verse about keeping yourself pure for people, for whoever you come in contact with. And Melvin said, I don't like to see women hurt. It does something to my. Aw, Melvin, you're a good person. You are good. Yeah. So we got to know these things. And say to keep from hurting others, sexual desires and activity must be placed under Christ's control. And you can find that on 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. Go back and look at these verses, people, if you don't believe me. Say out of my head, yes. Don't get with somebody that's going to do you wrong. If you have already gone too far physically, what should you do? When you done went too far with somebody physically, what that mean by having sex with somebody, go pray about it. Go ask the Lord for forgiveness because we all sometimes go too far. Don't do that. And if you have, pray about it. It's not the end of the world. Everybody do it sometimes, but pray about it. Yeah. So you can find that verse on chapter First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3 through 5. And it says, first acknowledge your sin. It's in the Bible. And you can find that chapter Psalms chapter 51, verse 2 through 4. You have to acknowledge your sins. You have to ask the Lord to wash you clean for the things that you have done wrong, and He will do it. Go to first, go to go through Psalms chapter 51 through 2 through 4, and it will tell you all about that. And second, you ask for forgiveness. And when you ask for forgiveness, the Lord will forgive you. And you will find that in Psalm chapter 51, verse 7 through 12. It'll tell you about forgiving when you have done something wrong that you're not proud of. Ask for forgiveness. You can find that on Psalm chapter 51. I was taught marriage by my grandfather. That's good. Be careful of who you see and walk around. Spirits, yeah. There's a lot of bad spirits, Melvin. And I try to keep myself away from people like that. And even though people make me mad sometimes, and but I still try to stay humble because if I don't stay humble, I would say something that I'm not supposed to say, and then I'll feel bad later. Then I have to go go to the Lord and ask for forgiveness. So I try to stay humble no matter who makes me mad or make me feel some type of way. So the devil was kind of busy today in my life, but I'm not gonna let him destroy what I have going on here because they will come and steal, kill, and destroy. The devil come in all types of shapes, sizes, and colors, no matter forms or whatever. and he'll try to steal, kill, and destroy. But if you say to yourself, don't let the devil steal your joy, he won't steal it. You got to say it. You got to continue on saying, don't let the devil steal your heart. It's hard when you put your all in and get treated, but God will see. Oh, Maurice, it is so hard. It is. It is. It makes you feel so bad. It makes you want to cry sometimes. It makes you feel like you're not doing what you got to do. When you know you're doing what you got to do, don't worry about what other people say. People are going to talk about you, whether you're doing good or bad. When you saying something of the Lord, they run away from that. Oh, is this true? Is that true? Go read the Bible. If you read the Bible enough, if you know if it's true or not. I'm not going to say nothing in here that's not true. Who goes on live and say something that's not true? It is so hard to be a Christian. It is so hard to follow the word the right way. Because if you follow the word the right way and people say it's not that way, that's why you have to tell them the verses so they can go back and look for it. And when you tell them and they look really crazy, then they know, hey, she was right. Don't study nothing you tell people that's not true. The Lord don't mind you dating, but he don't want you to date forever and not get married. But don't put sex in it because you're dating somebody all the time. If you see somebody just looking for date sex, you need to run for that person. That person is not for you. He's against you. Don't be with people like that. They're just dating you for sex. But you got to let the devil know. Don't let him steal your joy. No matter how you get up in the morning, I get up in the morning and say that every day because the devil will steal your joy and make you feel like you're not doing the right thing when you are. When you are. Don't come in contact with people like that. People want to see you fail. Don't let them see you fail. That goes for dating. That goes for being a Christian. Whatever you do, don't let people see you fail because people want that. Um, yeah, so don't let them see you. Don't let people see you sweat. I am a Christian. I always been. I have a humble heart. Yes, it is. I have a humble heart, and I try to do that. I try to be that type of way to people. But always go back and look at the scriptures. When I tell you guys some scriptures, always go back and look at them again. That's why I say the scriptures back at to you. Yeah, and third it says, believe that the God has indeed forgiven you and quit feeling guilty. Like me, I feel guilty about stuff sometimes, but I always got to believe that the Lord got me. And when you want to read that on that verse, go to Psalms verse 32 through 1 through 6. Stop feeling guilty about stuff. Don't be a quitter. He don't want you to quit nothing that you're doing. If you're doing something that's of God, continue on doing. Don't let nobody come on live. Don't let nobody on YouTube steal your joy. People will steal your joy and make you feel like you're not doing nothing when you know you're doing something. Don't let people feel that. Don't let people think that you're doing nothing wrong. When you're giving those scripture and you're giving them the best of your ability, you know you're doing your thing. Some people don't like you to do your thing. Some people don't like you to do the right thing. But when you're doing the right thing, that's all that matters. Don't worry about what the world say. That's what people want to do. They want to steal, kill your joy. They want to steal your joy. I don't let people steal my joy in the morning. I don't let nobody steal my joy never. Because when I know what I'm doing, that's all that matters. Go back and look at the scriptures. Go back and read on them. Some people don't read the Bible, but they want to persecute you for what you're doing. Go read the Bible and you'll know the word. You can't tell nobody the word if you don't read the Bible. Read on it. Read on it, people. Yeah. God has a mate for us. And it says in the Bible that God has a mate for everybody. But everybody is so anxious about getting whoever. They don't want to wait. So they pick anybody. That's why some things happen wrong in their lives. And sometimes you pick the right man and he just turns out to be the wrong person. And sometimes you pick the right woman and she turns out to be the wrong person. And when you want to read on that verse about God has a right mate for you, go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. It tells you about your mate and what the Lord says about finding your mate. Read up on it. Yeah. And it says in the Bible on Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, God to make a man to be alone. He wanted a man to be with a woman. So that's why he made Adam and Eve. So if he made Adam and Eve, he don't want us to be alone. He wants us to be with a partner. He didn't want us to be alone. And you can find that verse on Genesis chapter 2, verse 18 also. The Lord didn't put us here on earth to be alone. So if we're alone, the Lord got somebody in store for us, but we have to wait on him. We got to do it on his time, not ours. Everybody think that we're supposed to do stuff on their timing. It's not on our timing. It's the Lord timing. And you know what? He's always on time no matter what we do. No matter what we go through, the Lord is on timing. If you're going through changes this morning or you're going through stuff that's bothering you, just count on the Lord. Call on the Lord. He will help you through. Don't go around hating people. Yes, it is true. Don't go around hating people because you think it's something to do. Always stay humble no matter what you do. No matter how people try to make you sweat, see you sweat, still stay humble. Because let me tell you something, the Lord gonna put those people down to your footstool and they're gonna wish they didn't do the things that they did to you or whoever. Always stay humble no matter what you do in life. Don't let people see you sweat. This depression is such a difficult struggle for real. It is. It is. I used to deal with it all the time, Marisha. I dealt with it for years, for like 2 years until I seeked help. And but what I did, I kept on praying about the same thing, and I didn't get help because the Lord wants you when you pray about something, you need to leave it there. Don't go back to that same situation. Pray about something else because the Lord heard you. You don't have to continue praying about it. Depression is very bad, Marisa, and it can cause a lot of problems. And we don't want to go through those type of problems. We want to live correctly for the Lord and do the right thing no matter what it is. Don't go hating on each other. Don't go and persecuting each other. When you don't know the word, don't say don't say nothing bad about the word. Read about the word so you'll know the word. It's a lot of people don't know about the word, but they think they know about the word. That's why I always give a scripture. When you talk to somebody about something, always give them the scripture so they can go back and read it. Always. Don't just say something and don't be about it. When I say something, I'll be about it. I'm not going to just tell you guys something that I don't know. I read the Bible every day, and I love the Bible. And I'm going to continue to stay prayed up because the devil is here to steal your joy. And if you let him get up in the morning and steal your joy, that's what he'll do. Don't let him do that. Don't be with no one who will put down. Right. People will put you down all the time, Melvin. Melvin, watch the live for a second. I'm going to go use the bathroom for a second. Hold on a minute. Keep on networking, guys. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm here. Hold on. Hey, how are you, Cole? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so just get with somebody that's gonna date you for the right reason. Don't get somebody that you're gonna date and they have a bad temper and they call themselves loving the Lord and they really don't love the Lord. They just get what you just be getting what you. Yeah. So always remember these things, people. People get with people for the wrong reasons all the time, and they don't be the right person. Don't get with somebody that just want to have sex with you. It tells you in the Bible about all these verses that I have went over with you guys. Go back and look at them. Go back and look at all the verses I said, even about dating a person, what kind of person that the Lord wants you to date. And you can find that in Second Timothy, verse 2 through 22. It tells you what type of person that you should be dating, that the Lord wants you to date. Everybody you come in contact with is not the type of person to date. Always remember that. Don't date nobody that's just talking about sex all the time. You see somebody talking about sex all the time, you know that's not like the right person for you. Get somebody who want to get to know you for you. Get somebody that want to be committed. Get somebody that want to get married sooner or later. Don't get somebody that you done been with 30 years and y'all still not married. That means they just with you for sex. They just with you for what they can get from you. They with you for money. They get you for the wrong stuff. They're looking at the outer beauty, not the inner. Don't get with people that are looking for the inner outer beauty. Get with somebody that's looking for the inner beauty. Always remember these things, guys. Yeah. Get somebody that loves the God, loves the Lord. You can find that verse on 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 through 15. Get somebody that loves the Lord. Everybody you contact with don't love the Lord. They say they do, but it's not always true. Get somebody and read up on that verse, guys. Read up on it. And it says right here, how can a Christian be a partner with one who doesn't believe? Don't get with somebody that doesn't believe in the Lord. There are people to tell you every day they believe in the Lord, but deep inside they don't. You can find that chapter on Amos chapter 3, verse 3. Get with somebody that loves the Lord. There's a lot of people tell you they love the Lord and they don't. Look at these chapters and go back and read on them. And they tell you all about the Bible, what you need to know. Everybody you come in contact with is not going to be of the Lord. Don't get somebody that got a high temper. Somebody going to anger very quick. You get people who are like that, they're not of the Lord. Get somebody that doesn't get angry very quick. One thing about me, I practice not getting angry very quick. I used to get very angry at people very, very quick. I used to have a very, very bad potty mouth. I do not cuss. I don't use that anymore. So I try to find people surround me like that. That doesn't cuss. That's very humble. I am very humble. I try not to get mad at people, and when I do, I just, I just pray about it. Because I say to myself, as I'm getting mad at that person, I say in my mind, I say, devil, please don't steal my joy today. And you're not going to steal my joy today. You got to let him know and put him under your foot. Because people will come in all shapes, types, and form and try to steal your joy. Every day they're going to try to steal your joy. People test you. Don't let people test you. Don't let people see you sweat. That's what people want to see you do. No matter what it is, if it's in a relationship, if it's on live stream, no matter what, don't let people see you sweat. Because once they see you sweat, they think they got you. But deep inside, they don't have you. You got you. The Lord got you. I believe in loving a woman of God the same way I love. Amen, Melvin. That's what we need to do. That's what women need to do. They need to love a man of God the way the God loved us. That's how we want to love a person. We don't want to love them less. We want to love them more, just like the Lord does. People get with people for the wrong reasons too much. When you're dating, even though the Lord don't want you to date if you're not thinking about getting married, you have to think about getting married when you're dating. Don't just date somebody just to be dating. People does it every day. That's the wrong thing to do. Date somebody and get married to that person. Think about getting married to them. When you get engaged, stop getting engaged for 30 years. That's wrong because you're never thinking about marrying that person if you're going to get married for 10 and 5 years. That's wrong. Don't do that. Good morning, my beautiful friends. Happy Tuesday. Hey, happy Tuesday, Jesse. Girls, make sure you guys thumbs up that line for me. There is a difference between God marriage and man's wedding. God wedding is a ceremony. Man's wedding is just, yes, exactly, Melvin. We have to know the difference. Yeah. So know the difference. Don't just marry just to be marrying somebody. And marry for the right reason. Some people marry for the wrong reason because they're scared to be alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to be alone because God didn't make us to be alone. He made men for women. So don't be afraid. That's why he made Adam and Eve. He don't want us to be alone. Nobody should be alone. But the Lord gonna send you somebody good. If you haven't got that person yet, you will. Don't go picking anybody to date. And they are not of the Lord. People do it every day. Oh, I'm just gonna pick him because I'm lonely. Oh well, you lonely. Get over it. Don't worry about being alone. Sometimes alone is good. It makes you find yourself when you're alone. So don't ever worry about being by yourself. Being alone is sometimes awesome. It makes you find yourself. It makes you believe in yourself more. It makes you get your thoughts together. Make you get your mind right with the Lord. Make you get a personal relation with the Lord. Everybody don't have a personal relationship with the Lord. They may have a relationship with him, but they don't have a personal relationship. It's a difference between having a relation and having a personal relationship with him. You can say you have a relationship. Oh yeah, everybody have a relationship at some point. But do you have a personal relationship with him? Everybody don't have that. So start having a personal relationship with the Lord. Let him lead you. Let him guide you to what you need to be doing in life. We all don't have that. Learn that, people. Get a personal relationship with the Lord and mean it. Don't just get a relationship with him. Anybody can say they have a relationship. I can say I have a relationship, but you want to have a personal relationship with him. A personal relationship with the Lord. Yeah. And love yourself. If nobody else love you, always love yourself. Everybody always put each other down. Stop putting one another down. Love yourself for who you are. Don't worry about what people say about you. People talked about the Lord. What makes you think they're not going to talk about you? You're not God, so they're going to talk about you also. Don't let nobody steal your joy because they will. Don't let it happen. Don't let people steal your joy. That's what they want to do. They want to steal, kill, and destroy. When they steal, kill, and destroy, make you feel like you're nothing or nobody, then they won. Don't let the devil win. Don't let the devil steal your joy. If you're doing something for the Lord, continue on doing it. Continue on smiling every day. Continue on being humble no matter what people say about you. Um, Good morning, The Real. Thanks for stopping in, sweetie. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Trisha, I am at my first house. I will see you. I will always have the same love that God has for me and you. Thank you, Melvin. Thanks so much for stopping in, sweetie. Nowadays, I am so confused about who really and who they are. Approached some of the story. He looked so like anyone, and I guess he he did. I was snowed him too much, and his this is the best of the best answer. Wait a minute. Now these days, I am so confused about who really is who they are. You know what? You have to be confused because listen, Jesse. Everybody you approach is not for you. Hit me up when you go live. I will. I will. Okay, Melvin. Yeah, you got to know who's for you, who's not. Everybody you come in contact with is not always for you. Jesse, you're correct. People can say they of you and they're not of you all the time. Know the real reason and know who for you. I had to know that. I thought people were for me all the time and they wasn't. People be against you all the time and you have to know these things. He said to me, "Oh, I can't wait. My boyfriend get here for I was so disappointed. Really, really. Oh, Jesse, I'm so sorry to hear that. Don't worry about what people say because let me tell you something. God got whoever God got for you is for you. And nobody can take that away from you. No matter how people try to steal your joy, what God got for you is for you. So stop worrying about this and worry about that. Don't be confused, Jesse, because the Lord going to see you through this. Don't worry about people. People want you to be confused. People want to steal your joy. Don't let people steal your joy. And when you get with somebody you're dating, make sure that's the correct person. Yes, it can be confusing dating people because you think they're the right person for you, but not always they're the right person for you. Look at the Bible, read on the Bible, read on these scriptures that I wrote down for you guys, and I told you guys to look at. Date someone who claims, don't date nobody who claims to be a Christian. There's a lot of people date people and they're not really Christian. They say they're Christian, they're not. I think my problem is I approach people too fast. Well, don't do it. Stop doing it. Let the Lord lead you. And let that person approach you. Let that person find you. Sometimes you have to let people find you. Don't go finding them. That's what people do wrong. They go find people. Don't go find people. Hey, Three Wheels and Block, where you been? I haven't seen you in so long. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the live. Where you been, Three Wheels? I miss you. Yeah, so don't go finding people. Let people find you, Jesse. And that's what we need to do. When we go find people, that's when it be a problem. You go looking, that's when you go looking for trouble. Don't go look for trouble. Let people find you. Let good people find you. There's genuine people out there would love to be loved for the right reason. Will want to get married, will want to love you for the right thing. And there's people out there that don't want to do that. They can care less about you. Always, always guard your heart. Don't let people in so easy, Jesse. You are an advisor, a good kind. Aw, thank you, Jesse. Yeah. Don't let people so in your life. Don't let people get so close to you. Before you pray about them first before you let people get so close to you. There's mean people out there. There's people dating you for the wrong reason. People dating you just for sex. People dating you just to be dating you, just to use you. Don't let people use you. And absolutely don't let people see you sweat, no matter what. Um, Uh, yeah, things have been very busy. I will have updates on my channel soon. Okay, Three Wheels. Um, it can feel yeah, it can feel lonely, but don't let loneliness get to you. Let me tell you something. I've been single 2 years. I've been single 2 years by choice. My husband died a couple years ago, and I've been single for 2 years because I want to find the man that the Lord sends me. I can get any man I want. I don't want any man, and you don't want, and a man don't want any woman. You want to find the man or the woman that the Lord picks for you. You don't want to go out here and find anybody because sometimes when you find anybody, that be the wrong person. Don't be with anybody. Be with somebody that the Lord send you, and somebody going to make you happy. Somebody that's not quick for temper you. What I mean by have a quick temper, that fuss and yell at you and do all kinds of mean things to you. Yeah, you're right, Three Wheels. We want to find somebody that's right for us. Don't be so quick to be in a relationship. So what, you're single? That's okay to be single. People so afraid to be alone. The Lord didn't make us to be alone, but we have to wait on the Lord to send us somebody in our life. So what, you're lonely. Don't worry about being alone. I'm alone. I've been alone 2 years, and it's okay. I'm too busy to be worried with foolishness. I don't want foolishness in my life. Oh, it's gonna happen, Jesse. Don't worry. You have to pray about it, sweetie. You have to pray. Keep being on your knees and pray about it. One thing about me, I'm not gonna put anybody in my life. I can have many amends. I don't want anybody. I want the one the Lord choose for me. And if I do choose a guy, listen, if you choose somebody, go pray about that person. Go to the Lord and ask the Lord, is this the right person for me? I have dated somebody, and I thought he was the right person. And I went to the Lord and I prayed about him. He was giving so many crazy signs, so many different things. I was like, so many mixed signals. You don't want to give nobody to give you mixed signals. If you got somebody giving you mixed signals every day, you don't need to be with that person. Why be with somebody that's giving you mixed signals? One day they saying they love the Lord, and then they talking about the Lord. Then they say they love you, and then they talking about you. That's somebody giving you mixed signals. Don't be with people like that. Wait on the Lord, and if you can't wait, talk to the Lord about the person that you have chosen in your life. And if he's not the right person for you, you leave that person alone. Don't continue being in a toxic relationship. Don't be continue being in a relationship that's not going nowhere. Usually people get in relationships that go nowhere. It stays right there, stand still. You know why you get in relationships like that just go nowhere? Because you don't put the Lord in it. Any relationship you get in, always put the Lord in between it. Don't just let it just be you and that person. Let it be you, the Lord, and that person. That goes for marriage too. When you are in a marriage, make sure it just don't just be you two. It just should be you, the Lord, and the person. Always put him in something. Don't ignore him when you're going through stuff, and even in a relationship, whether you're dating or you're in a marriage. You probably have transportation to go places. I don't. It's hard to get places. I wish I can go to the beach, and I do all will make a video. Oh, Jesse, don't put yourself down. It'll come around. Believe me, it will. You seem like an awesome person. So just wait on the Lord and see how things go. It may not come in your time, but He's always on time with whatever you do. He's not going to leave you alone too long. But you got to trust and believe first. Don't think things is going to rush. You can't rush Him to fix things in your life. Just wait on Him. It'll come. Don't down yourself. And don't let nobody steal your joy, no matter who it is, Jesse. Don't let people come along and steal your joy. Because people here on live stream, people here in the world will steal, kill, and destroy you. And if you let people steal, kill, and destroy you, they will do that. Don't let them do it. Don't let the devil see you sweat. That's what they want to do. It's getting hot today. It's getting hot. Wow, crazy. Thanks for joining. How are you today? Make sure you guys hit that live stream for me. That like button for me. Hear me? I'm talking crazy. I will. I can get a Uber, but it's too. Yeah, they are very expensive, Jesse. I'm glad you're doing well, crazy. Thanks for joining. Welcome anytime. Yeah, but yeah, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about dating and dating for the right reasons, not dating somebody just to want to have sex from you. Date somebody that's lined up like the Lord is. You know, you can date people and they're not always lined up like the Lord. So Always date somebody that's of the Lord, not telling you they of the Lord, and a couple minutes later you seeing something different from them. So we got to date for the right reasons, guys. We got to love the Lord. We got to put Him first in anything we do. If you're praying for somebody good in your life, make sure you put the Lord in that. Don't just pray about a person and think He's going to bless you. Pray about that person and wait on Him. Don't just get anybody. If you pray about somebody, pray for the right stuff. Don't just say pray, oh, I pray for a man or I pray for a woman. He's gonna send you a man or a woman. But did you pray for did you be specific about praying for what you wanted? Because if you just pray for a man, he's gonna send you a man. You just say what type of man. He could send you a drug dealer. He could send you a gang related guy. He could send you a thug. He could send you somebody that doesn't love the Lord. Because you just said, I'm praying for a man. Just as a woman, you want to pray for that. If you just praying just for a woman, He can send you any type of woman. A woman doesn't love the Lord, just anybody. Pray for what you want. Be specific with the Lord. When I pray, I say, Lord, send me a man that's have a heart like yours, have a heart of gold like you, that loves you, that cherishes you. That's the type of man you want to send for. That's the type of woman you want. You don't want any type of person because the Lord will send you any type of person. We want to pray for the right stuff. Yeah, so always remember these things. Be good to one another no matter what people say about you. Always be good to one another. Don't let nobody steal your joy no matter who it is. If it's on social media, if it's at work, it's at school, no matter. Don't let people steal your joy and don't let people see you sweat. Love people no matter what they do to you because people are going to do you wrong rather you doing good or bad. Always remember that. Trust in the Lord for what's going on in your life. Don't let people see you mad. Don't let people see you angry. People want to see you angry because when they see you angry, they laughing at you and they got you where they want you. Always smile no matter what people say about you. They talked about the Lord. What makes you think they're not going to talk about you? If you're giving good word, continue giving good word. Don't stop giving good word because of people. People are here and they're gonna destroy you if they can. Don't let them destroy you. If you're doing good, continue being good. Um, Good morning, SP. How are you? You are right. Pray specifically. Amen. Three wheels. Um, Girls, awesome. Good to have some of time. I hope you can enjoy your day. Um, SP, we were talking about relationship, dating the wrong people. Because sometimes we date the wrong people. We're in a relationship and we think that's the right person all the time. And sometimes that doesn't be the right person. So you have to know who you're dating when you're dating somebody. Don't date nobody just looking for sex. If you're dating somebody just looking for sex, you know that's not the person for you. Date somebody that's lined up with a heart of gold like the Lord is. Good morning. Yeah. Date somebody who have a heart like the Lord. How are you doing this morning, SP? I hope you're doing good. I'm hoping you have an awesome morning. My morning started off kind of rugged, but I'm doing okay. I can't complain. I learned people change. They change. You have to learn that every day. So don't date nobody for sex. Don't date somebody for what they look like. Always look for inner beauty. Don't look for outer beauty. If you're looking for outer beauty, you're in the wrong spot. Don't do that. And when you're looking for inner beauty, you need to go look on this chapter, First Peter, verse 3-4. It tells you about inner beauty. The Lord wants you to look for inner beauty. He don't want you to look for the outside of a person because that's soon going to fade. You're not going to always look the same. So you have to look for the inner beauty. Look for somebody going to treat you right always. Like always, beautiful background, my friend. Oh, thank you so much, Jesse. Um, yeah, thank you, Three Wheels. Yeah, people will steal your joy if you let them. Don't let nobody come online to steal your joy. That's why a lot of people on YouTube stop doing YouTube because they get offended for what people say. Don't get offended for what people say. Don't get offended. Always smile even though you don't like what a person say. Always say, okay, yeah, okay. But always read up on that person. If somebody telling you something, read about it. Don't go and get offended for what they say because people going, where you been, Sabrina? You have not been online. I've been talking. You come on here and saying some yes. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, don't get offended what people say. If people talked about the Lord, guess what? They're gonna talk about you too. You're not special. So don't let people steal your joy and do not let people see you sweat. That's what people want to do. When they see you sweat, they got you. Don't let them. I have run into many haters, but I'm always laughing, so they just get more. That's what you gotta do. Three meals, you gotta laugh about it. Laugh about it because that brings you happiness. Don't get upset every time somebody says something about you. Just tell them how you feel and keep on going. When you tell a person how you feel and keep on going, you make your own day. There's always going to be somebody that don't like you, just simply because the way you look, or simply because you're doing what you got to do for the Lord. That's who get the most hated. The people that's doing the right things for the Lord. I always notice that. Why? I don't know. That's just the way it is. Yes, I have listened. Ask me the question. No, I'm not asking you nothing. Why wasn't you saying anything? I'm just sitting here talking and you ain't even nowhere around. But always remember to love one another. Always remember to be there for one another. And don't let people see you sweat. People want to see you sweat. People want to see you fail. Don't let people see you fail. Especially social media. They like to see you fail. Don't let people see you fail. If you fall, get back up. Start all over again. Wipe that dust off your shoulder and get back up. Don't let people see you sweat. And don't let nobody steal your joy. If you're teaching about a word, keep on teaching about it. If you're doing good for others, keep on doing. If you're motivating people, keep on doing that. If you're smiling every day, keep on doing it. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Because people come around every day, steal, kill, and destroy you. And if you let them steal, kill, and destroy, that's exactly what they will do. And they'll continue on doing it and doing it and doing it until you stop on social media or stop whatever you're doing, going to work or whatever. Don't let people steal your joy. I mean, this morning was a day, I was like, really? And when you're dating people, don't be exclusive with it. Let people know you're dating. Don't try to hide it. And you can find that on Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. It tells you all about being exclusive. Let people know you're dating. Let people know who you're dating. Let the pastor know you're dating that person and you're ready to get married to that person. Don't hold it a secret. No. How do people think they hate someone but they love the Lord? They that do. Amen, SP. You can't hate a person that love the Lord. You can't. I couldn't be in front of you guys talking to you guys and I hate a person. I don't practice hate. I'm never gonna practice hate no matter what. No matter what life throws at me, I may dislike what the person say, but I'm never gonna hate a person. So if you think I hate somebody, that doesn't work for me. I don't hate people. That's horrible hating people. People are always gonna say something that you're not gonna like, but you gotta just swallow it like you swallowing a pill or something and keep on going. If you know you're doing right, don't worry about what people say. People talked about the Lord. They're gonna talk about you too. You're not special. You gotta know these things. Thank you so much for this stream live stream. You're very welcome, Jesse. Yeah, that don't work, SP. But they're gonna talk about you and they call themselves loving you, loving the Lord. How you gonna love the Lord and you sitting there talking about somebody? Really? Is that how it work on earth here? We love the world, love the Lord, but we talk about each other. Shame on you. Who's listening? Shame on you. How can you talk about somebody and you say you love the Lord? That's not true. That's false. That's fake love. That's not true. When I say I love a person, I really love them. Hypocrites. That is exactly what it's called, Sabrina. When I love somebody, I love them. But I love everybody in a special way, like I said yesterday in my live stream. I don't love none of you guys the same way. I don't love you guys like I love the Lord. I don't love you guys like I love my kids. But I love everybody in a special way. I may not approve of what people say, and people may not be my eye candy, but I still love them. But I love them from afar. Sometimes you have to love people far away. And I do that a lot. I've been doing that a lot here lately. Because people try to get under my skin, but I'm not going to let them see me sweat. I got to do what the Lord want me to do. And by doing what the Lord want me to do, I can't let people see me sweat. If I do that, I'm going to be crazy. I can't do that. There's a lot of people going to steal your joy, but you got to be the bigger person and say, you know what, devil, you are a liar, and you're going to stay a liar. You're going to stay under my foot where you belong. How about that? It sounds like 50-50 relationship. What is yours? Yours, and what is mine is mine. Amen. That's how it's supposed to be. Jesse, it's supposed to be a 50-50 relationship. But people don't do that anymore because they're not of the Lord. It's right now, it's like 20-50. It shouldn't be 20-50. It should be 50-50. If not 50-50, 100-100. Come on, people. Let's do half. Don't let a person do it all and you don't do and you just giving a little bit. That's not a relationship. That's not even a marriage. And people does it all the time. You can't be with a person like that. If you see you giving more and that person not giving enough, get away from that person. He's not right for you. Or she's not right for you. Run. Run for your life when you meet people like that. My relationship with my wife is zero. What? What are you talking about, three wheels? I hope you're saying 100. I don't know, zero. You have your heart lined up. You are funny. Oh, yeah. So we have to have our life lined up like the Lord and love the Lord and pray for one another, regardless if people have ruined your day. Still pray for them. I got a question. The bishop found out a young man who was gay. He was supposed to sing for the church, but when Bishop found out that he was gay, he wouldn't let him sing. What you think? He's judging. SP, he's judging. You're not supposed to judge. That's like me don't let people come to my live stream because they gay. That's judging somebody. You're not supposed to judge. That's wrong of the bishop. And I would tell him he's wrong. You're not supposed to judge nobody because they gay. You let the Lord do the judging, not you. It's a sacrificing yourself. But if you are honestly yoked, you will never sacrifice for each other. Amen, three wheels. That's wrong, SP. The bishop can't stop him from doing what he want to do. The Lord say, come as you are. If you're gay, big, green, purple, yellow, whatever color, you still come as you are. You let the Lord judge, not the people in church. People are not supposed to judge other people. That's what we got wrong. That's what we do wrong. We judge other people. You don't even know that person hard, regardless if he gay or not. You don't even know how that person is. And you're telling him he can't sing in a choir because he's gay. Really? What type of church is that? That's horrible. That is horrible. Is right. It is all about being a servant, but don't confuse getting walked on as being a servant. Amen. We can't. Three wheels. People does it every day. I don't know what type of church that is, SP, but the Lord say, "Come as you are." You let the Lord do the judging. If he gay, you let the Lord judge him. We're people on earth. We can't judge people. We're not the Lord. We're not the one that's supposed to be doing the judging. I don't know why people go around judging others. For what reason? Can't do that. Come as you are. Exactly. When you come as you are, you'll see how things change for you. Stop judging people for who they are. If you're gay, oh well, you're gay. Bishop say he doesn't want his corrupt spirit on. Oh wow. The Lord is looking at him saying that. That's not good. SP, that's not good at all. I don't think that's right. I don't agree with your bishop saying that. If I was a bishop and I was in a church, I'll invite everybody. I welcome everybody. No matter what color, no matter what, I still welcome them. If the bishop was gay, would you attend his church? I sure would. Would you? I would attend it. Yeah, we have to know these things. I will attend it. You have to come as you are. You're not supposed to discriminate nobody. We're not here to discriminate people. We don't do it. We're not supposed to do that. If you're discriminating people, the Lord gonna discriminate you too. He's gonna discriminate you and he's gonna judge you. He's gonna judge you anyway. Stop judging people. Stop acting like you the Lord. You are not God to judge. Stop doing that. Ugh, that gets under my skin when people do that. If I was a bishop, I would welcome everybody into my church. I would welcome everybody into my live stream. I would welcome them all. I wouldn't discriminate nobody. You don't go around discriminating people. I couldn't follow a shepherd who is not leading by example, but that is me. Yeah, that's you. Everybody got their own um, topic and own religion and own way of thinking, and that doesn't make nobody wrong. Hey, Cal, how are you? Thanks for joining, sweetie. Make sure you hitting that like button for me. Yeah, so we all got our own way of thinking, so that doesn't make you wrong, and that doesn't make me wrong. So that's just the way it is. But I think that was very wrong of him saying that he can't sing in a choir because he's gay. I'm not talking about excluding anyone. I am talking about following. It's like riding with a drunk driver. Well, that's the way you think with three wheels. We all got our own way of thinking, and that's the way it is. But yeah, SP, I would have never did that to him. I would still let him sing in the choir because we're not the ones supposed to be judging. The Lord's supposed to be doing the judging, and we just supposed to be the ones that's just trying to follow His word. That's all. Everybody don't follow your word. They just do what they want to do. And so yeah, I love the Lord for who He is. So yeah. I go to the Church of God of Christ, the biggest church group in the United States. Right now, it's a big controversial situation in the news. Really? What's a lot of stuff going on about the church? Right, Sabrina, it's not right to discriminate. It's not. What's going on with the church, SB? Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you're not supposed to discriminate. You're right, Sabrina. People does it every day. People judge you every day for what you look like, for what you got, what type of clothes you wear. If you don't have clothes, if you don't have shoes on, I welcome somebody with shoes off their feet in my church. If I had a church, I welcome with the shoes off. You come as you are. You're gay, fat, purple, green, whatever color. You're still welcome because that's how I feel. Um, Bottom line is the same mission is divide us. We are easy to be for and we are alone. Yeah, so we got to come as we are and love one another for who they are, no matter what they are. I'm not here to come in here and say, oh, you can't come in here because you're gay. Happy rainy Tuesday to wholesome night. Think this is my first time here. Oh, hey, Janice, how are you? Thanks for joining. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were talking about dating. Um, we were talking about dating, how it is to date a person and know who you're dating. When you're dating, some people date people and don't know who they're dating. They just date because they think it's the right thing to do. When you date a person, don't date a person for 6 and 7 years. If you're not thinking about getting married to that person, you shouldn't be dating. And we're talking about dating people with sex. If you're not married, you shouldn't even be having sex from the beginning. If you're not lined up to get married to that person, why date them? Don't date somebody for 10 or 15 years and they say they're going to marry you and you're never married. That's not of the Lord. Don't date a lazy Christian. What I mean by a lazy Christian, don't go dating somebody who don't want to go to church with you, don't want to pray with you, don't want to do nothing but sit around and do nothing. Don't date people like that. Sorry, I have gotten this sidetracked. The church say homosexuals is wrong. Is it? Homosexual is wrong. That is wrong, but we're not the person supposed to judge. The Lord's supposed to judge that. That is very wrong. It is wrong. That is a wrong. That is a sin being homosexual. But I can't judge that. I can't judge people on that. My video scheduled for today 12 about the same very thing on day. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I watch it, Janice. Yeah, people got the wrong ideal about dating. They think because you date somebody, it's the right thing to do. It's not always the right thing to do. You have to know the right things about dating. It says on here what kind of person you should date. You should go to 2 Timothy verse 2, verse 22. It tells you the type of person that you should be dating. You don't want to date somebody that have a very high temper, always getting mad about little itty bitty things. You know that's not the right person for you. That type of person you need to run away from. And it also says in chapter 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, it says it is unwise to date someone who doesn't love the Lord. There's a lot of people get in a relationship that doesn't love the Lord, but they date them anyway, and you end up getting hurt from that person. Don't get in a relationship that you're going to get hurt by a person. Get in a relationship that lines up like the Lord is doing. Um, Important for what the Bible says. Be careful just following what the church says. Yeah. I'm so glad to find a few saints on you. Oh, Janice, tell me about it. So if it's a preferable to preach the kid, will you let me see what you say. So it is preferable came to to preach to the kid. Will you let him? Let me tell you something. SB is a pedophile. Came to preach for the kid. No, he can't preach to the kids. I can't let that happen because that's wrong. But I'm not judging him. But we can't let him speak to a child. That's a child. If that child and got hurt by a pedophile, we don't think he should teach the kids. That's wrong. He didn't got hurt by that. He didn't hurt a child before. Now, how we know he's gonna hurt a kid before? But we still can't judge him though. We still can't judge him though, SB. Maybe he turned his life around. We don't know that. But you don't want him alone with a child because you don't know how he's gonna do with that child. Yeah, so we gotta know these words. We gotta learn the Bible. We gotta know of the Bible. Everybody that teach stuff to you is not of the Bible. And I always say God's word is living, and if you are reading it and pray, God will speak to you. Amen. Don't date someone who claims to be a Christian. There's a lot of people that claims to be a Christian, and they're not. You can find that in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Yeah. So don't date somebody. They say they're Christian one day, and then you date them, and they're not. So go look at 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. It tells you about dating somebody who claims to be a Christian. Um, my volume is low. I'm talking loud as I can talk. I'm gonna wake my baby if I talk any louder. yeah, yeah, yeah. So SP, don't worry about it. You trying to figure out this stuff, huh, SP? Um, yeah, there's always say avoiding dating people who have a bad temper, and you can find that in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 24. Don't date somebody that have a bad temper. Don't date somebody who a short temper, somebody who get mad about anything. Don't date people like that. I don't have a little one. It's my grandbaby. Yeah, so don't date nobody like that. Always date somebody that don't just easy to get along with. You don't want to date somebody you're dating and they're horrible to get along with. You can't talk to them about nothing. Every time you talk to them about something, it's wrong. And when you say the purple is the sky is blue, they say it's purple. They get mad at you. Don't date people like that. That's not of God. You're gonna get mad because somebody says something about the sky. Please, come on, people. We gotta live beyond that type of stuff. So watch who you're dating and know who you're dating and know if it's for real or not. Everybody is not always for you. Yeah. So it's also say don't date a lazy Christian. And you can find out in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. Don't date somebody that's at home, they at home and you at church. They don't want to go to church, but you're there. Um, so the bishop's saying he can't let a gay person pull their spirit on the children in the church, acting like it's okay. What's that? What's the difference? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So the bishop's saying he can't let a gay person pull their spirit in the church. I think it's not a difference. It's really not a difference, SP. But what I'm saying about a person being gay and a pedophile, that's kind of different a little bit. But being gay, you got to come as you go. Even a pedophile too. Even somebody that did something to a child, you still have to let them come to your church. You can't discriminate nobody. You can't. You really can't though. As I'm talking, as I'm wondering, you still can't discriminate nobody because it's a sin. You discriminate. You can't do it. Hopeless Fountain. Hey, Hopeless Fountain, how are you? Thanks for joining. Hi, Superison K. Thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Yeah, so we got to know who we're dating and know who's in our life and who's not in our life, and know who's for us and who's not for us. Everybody you come in contact with is not always for you. I agree about the discrimination. I think SP is asking about leadership in the church. Yeah, well, I don't know, SP. But don't discriminate. We all here for a reason, and we can't discriminate. We can't. And about a pastor doing that, he's discriminating. SP. I don't think he should stop people from coming to his church. You lose your crowd by doing that, stopping people from coming into church because you don't like what they say or how they say it or who's coming into your church. The Lord said, "Come as you are." Rather you have hurted a kid or whether you're a pedophile, I don't think I wouldn't want nobody in my church, but I can't judge them. I still have to let them come. Maybe they turned their life around. I don't know. I'm not a bishop, but as I'm speaking to you, I think I would just let them come anyways. And regardless, that's the way we have to do. We can't discriminate nobody. even being a pastor. Um, hey, Leah. How are you? Thanks for joining. So a woman that's a prostitute, will you let her listen? SP. I'm gonna let anybody come to my church, sweetheart. I'm not the pastor. I'm just telling you what I know. You have to talk to the pastor about that. Um, how you doing, Leah? Nice seeing you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Yeah. I mean, I'll let anybody come to my church. I'm not going to discriminate who comes to my church. Who does that? Who does that? You can be a Christian, discriminate who let. What if God's discriminate who let come to you come to Him? I stand on the word, but I have the truth of the degree that left because I wouldn't say being gay was right. She came back a year later and gave her life to the Lord. Yeah, being gay is not right. It's never is right, but we can't discriminate that person because they're gay. We can't do that. That's wrong. And we can't discriminate somebody that did something to a child. I would love to do that because that's horrible. Hurting a child, a pedophile, and you still letting them in your church. But we can't be like that. We can't be of the world. We have to still welcome them into our church, welcome them into our live stream no matter what. There's people don't love the Lord, but you still have to welcome them in your live stream. You don't stop them from coming because they're not of the Lord. That's like me saying, don't come to my live stream because you don't love the Lord. Just because I feel some type of way doesn't make that person not come to my live stream. You don't make a person feel uncomfortable because they don't love the Lord or they don't even believe in the Lord. Don't let them feel that type of way. Still love them, still, no matter what. Right? You let the Lord take care of the rest. We shouldn't discriminate who comes to the live. I had a guy the other day, a while ago, maybe a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago. He said he don't believe in God. I didn't tell him to leave my live or remove him from my live because that'd be wrong. Why remove somebody from the live because they don't like to love the Lord? That's not my place to do that. But don't we not vote for somebody if they are pedophile to be over the country or over our legal? People does it every day, SP. I don't know what they do. People does this stuff every day. I can't tell them what to do and what they can't do, SP. You gotta talk to somebody else over that type of stuff. I don't know. People do all types of stuff. I'm here to motivate, not to talk about this type of stuff. I really don't understand. You may have been the only truth he heard. Amen. Right. I'm here to motivate you, honey child. I don't know about this stuff about this pedophile. If he came to a country, you gotta talk to somebody about being legal and whoever. I'm here to tell you about what I think is right and what I think is wrong. Everybody got their own opinion about stuff like that. I can't tell you, don't let a pedophile in your church or don't let a gay person in your church. If I had a church, I welcome everybody. I welcome everybody on my live stream. I don't discriminate. I don't do that. I don't go around discriminating stuff. That'd be wrong for me to tell you, oh, don't come to my live stream because you're gay. Oh, don't come to my live stream because you got this going on. No, don't do that. You don't do that to people. We're here to love one another no matter who they are, what color they are, what shape, form they are. That'd be wrong of me. How can I motivate somebody telling them not to come to my live and they got stuff going on in their lives? Even though they don't believe in the Lord, still welcome them there. That's what we do. We still welcome people whether they got stuff going on with their lives or not. We welcome gay people. We welcome all types of people. I would be crazy to not welcome people that come to my lives if they got things going on. Who does that? Not me. I'm just asking the motivation to know the truth. Yeah, well, that's something I don't know about voting for whoever, but don't vote for somebody if they are pedophile. You can vote for anybody you want to vote for. Could you pray for me, my wife? She has her hands full with her little ones. I'll pray for her, and you also pray for her too. The Lord wants you to pray for that person too, and I also pray for her too. And I'm sorry to hear that, Three Wills, but I will pray for her. Aw, how many little ones you got, Three Wheels? So are you working or is she working? I cover her in prayer. Thanks so much. You're very welcome. How many kids does she have? You guys have? We have a 3, 2 year old, 1 year old, and 3 months. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna pray for her. She do have her hands full. Do you help out as much as you can, Three Wheels? That's a lot. That's a lot on a person. She have stair steps. She have real little ones too. Yeah, she have a lot of little kids. That's a lot. You have a 3 year old, a 2 year old, and a 1 year old, and 3 month old. You have four children. The oldest two are adopted. We had a surprise with the 3 month old. The doctor told us we probably would have kids, but God has said different. Aww. Well, do you help her as much as you can? Are you working Three Wheels or what's going on? That's sad. That's a lot of children. I'll help her whenever I am oh, okay. Wow, yeah, that's a lot. I'm gonna pray for you guys that you get the help you need. Maybe you can get somebody to help, get a nanny or something to help around with her. You know, because I know nannies can be very expensive too. Get somebody to babysit or even put them in daycare. So is she a stay at home mom? You're very welcome. Is she a stay at home mom? Three Wheels. She is a stay at home. Oh, okay, cool, not bad. Yes, God have spoke to me. SB, have God spoke to you before? Have He spoke to you before, SB? Wow, that's a lot of children. Hopefully, you get the help you needed. She needs Three Wheels because that's a lot. We don't want to do daycare just because kids get sick. So, yep. Plus all the horses. That's why usually that when my daughter's not working, I'm home with my granddaughter because we like take turns doing my job and she do hers because it's so bad out there in the world now. People doing so many bad things to kids these days. So yeah, you got to know where you put your kids, in whose hands you put your kids in. We had no kids a year ago. Now we have 3 and under. Wow, 3 years old. Okay, cool. Yep. Um. Wait a minute. Hey, it's crazy. Thanks for joining. Okay. Yeah, he speaks to me all the time. We are really blessed. Yes, I'm glad. Blessed with all those beautiful kids. I love kids. I am so crazy about kids. Love you too. It's crazy. It's Gary. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, so yeah, we got to learn to love one another and give each other love no matter what time you gotta go to work. Cause I gotta go pick up something. Oh, 10. Um, it is a lot of work, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, kids are a blessing. Believe me, it's a blessing from the above. I think when you're having a big family, I think big families are nice. I always wanted a big family. I only have 3 kids of my own, and yeah, and I always wanted a big family. But my mother, I got a lot of sisters and brothers though, but I had always wanted a big family though. Right? I understand, girl. Yeah, so yeah, I always wanted a big family, 3 wheels, but I only had 3 kids, and I always wanted more girls. I only got one daughter and 2 boys, and I have 4 grandkids. And everybody say when I tell them I got grandkids, they like, you ain't got no grandkids. Yeah, I do. Much love to you all in the chat. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you, it's Gary. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure you stay for a few minutes so it can stick for me, please. How you doing this morning, it's Gary? Yeah, so yeah. Kids are wonderful to have. My wife wanted boys, and now we have all girls. Girls are beautiful to have. But you know what? Sometime now, I'm glad I only got one girl. So girls have attitude problems. You get girls, boy, ooh, they gonna try to tell you what to do when they get a little bit older. At least when they get like 5 or 6, boy, they gonna tell you what to do. Be careful with those girls. I'm doing awesome, Gary. I can't complain. I'm glad you joined the live this morning. That was awesome. I've been going through some stuff this morning. I got so sad at church because I don't believe like them. What's going on? How did you get sad? What happened, SP? Ha ha ha. My 2-year old tells me what to do. Really? That's what I'm trying to say. 3 wheels. They'll tell you what to do if they can. My my little grand. Oh my goodness. These little kids here these days growing up, they'll tell you what to do. Oh, I don't want my hair that way. I don't want to look like. I don't want to wear that dress. I don't want to wear those. Wait a minute. Who are you? Who the parent here? You or me? And that's how they are. Keep the good work up. You're aw, thank you. It's scary. You are awesome. You are. Thank you so much. Yeah, I try to be. I have my days. I go through changes. This morning the devil tried me, but you know what? I didn't let him win, and I'm gonna continue on doing what I got to do. Yeah, girls will try you. Yeah, they will. They will try you and make you think that you are they the mama, when you know you the mama. So yeah, you got to be careful of these things. There's something else. Life is too short, though. Life is really short. That's why we got to love one another while we can. Tomorrow is not. Hey, on LTV, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for me. I gotta make O'Neill. I gotta make you a mod because you always in my live streams. You are, and I'm gonna take a couple of people out because there's a lot of people don't be on here like they supposed to be, but they be here. Not a lot, but there's a lot of mods I'm taking away, taking their branch away from them. I'm doing awesome, O'Neill. I can't complain. I can't complain. How's your morning going? If it's morning there where you at, I'm sitting here and trying to get some time over here, trying to do the right thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm glad you joined the screen this morning. Yeah, glad everybody doing good. So yeah, we got to love our children, know who we dating when we date a person. I told you that the conversation stuff about sitting people down, certain people. Oh, okay. SB, don't let those people get to you. You need to be near me so I can talk to you more. I mean, like a one-on-one conversation because things that you say, everybody don't need to hear everything you say, but I wish I can have a one-on-one conversation with you and tell you really what's really going on. I'm good about cook. It's going good about cook for my kids. Oh, you're about to cook for your kids? Okay, cool. I'm doing good also. Today I just had me a good morning, my baby girl. There's my girl. Yeah, I've been waiting on her, waiting on her. I should have been off, but I'm not off. I'm gonna stay on here as long as I can. Um, did I tell you I adopted a little girl? I don't have her now. She's with her real dad, but I raised her. No, you didn't tell me that. Really? Why is she with her dad and you raised her for 14 years? Make sure you guys thumbs it up the line for me. Wow, that's horrible, SB. You got a lot going on, SP. You really do. Poor sweetie. The Lord may have exposed this because it is time to move to another church. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because that, what you say that pastor be doing, I just shake my head. The stuff I've been hearing on live today, I just shake my head. I always go back and look at you guys' questions later on. How's it going, Cassandra? I miss you. I always go back and look at you guys live and see what you guys said because my adopted daughter was in love with my husband in a different kind of way, but she went to go live with her dad, live with her dad because of her film. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I done heard it all. She was in love with your she was in love with your husband? 14 years old. She know better than that. That's the best thing for her to go to. You right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You did the right thing. I don't know where Frank at this morning. He usually be on. Where's my buddy at? Oh, wow, SP, that's horrible. That's a lot to swallow, sweetie. And I know how you feel. Believe me, I do. What's been going on, Cassandra? Cassandra, what's been going on? I'm going to have to give you my number on Facebook, Cassandra, so we can chop it up and talk a little bit more, Cassandra. Yeah. Yeah, SP. Wow, wow, wow. All I can do is say wow to that one. I know you are. That took you. I know that took you some type of way. I know you felt some type of way when that happened. I know you did. You had to. That's horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible people out here. I tell you. Mm-hmm. Horrible thing to be going through. Yeah. So you got to know these things. It was hard because I love her and I miss her so much. Been gone. Wow. But you can't have nobody like that in your life, in your house, gonna trying to have feelings for your husband. That's your husband. Your child should sit in a child's place. Wow, you don't do that. How in the world she gonna? Oh wow, people these days, I tell you. What I don't like about people, I'm gonna get off the subject for a minute. We go and we sit up and we put people as our friends on here, and then once we put people lost connection back, you're back. Oh hey Janice, thanks for coming back, sweetie. Um, what we do here, we put people on our lives. I mean, we add people as our friends. And that's once we add people as our friends, a couple seconds later we take them off. Why add that person if you're going to take them back off? That's not being genuine. Why do we do that? We shouldn't do that to people. If we add people, add them genuinely. I see a lot of people add people and they take them right back off. Oh, they do. SP, you right about that. They do. They do. Yeah. Don't you know what? That's why I make sure if I added a person and they don't add me back, I wait a day, I write their name down and I take them off. You're not gonna get my blessings and you're not giving no blessings back. It don't go that way. No, no, no. If you don't like my content, if you don't like the things I say, don't add me for your numbers. Don't do that. That's why a lot of people I don't add. I see a lot of people come to my live stream. I don't add them. I got to know who I'm adding. I'm serious about that. Three wheels. I don't add everybody come here. I see a lot of people that's not my friend on here say, I added you. Boy, please, or girl, please. No, I'm not adding nobody that doesn't don't show love back. I don't do that. Don't go loving me and for a couple hours and disconnect with me. I don't play that. I'm not that type of woman. I am not that way. I'm a Christian woman, but if you ain't adding me back, bye, Felicia. I ain't doing it. Sorry, wrong woman. That's just like dating and leaving. Absolutely, three wheels. Right. That's the same way. You funny. Stop. I ain't add nobody ain't gonna add me. I don't do. I look at this every day. I go on people live. They say I lost 20 people. You lost 20 people. You added them. They add you back. That's why. Well, you're not leaving a genuine comment. But mostly people they come on here just to get numbers. They're not thinking about what you talking about. They come on here getting their numbers. They ain't adding you. And when you do it, say I added you. I connected with you. They don't do that. Watch people, guys. Don't just be on here just connecting with people and think they can connect back with you because it's not so. You may have that. You might be looking pretty at that number for a few minutes, but a couple hours later, you back down where you started from. Be careful who you put in your world. Everybody is not for you in your world. Always remember that. Very true. I prefer organic. Amen. Yes, it's very hard. She don't know why she fell in love because he showed her love she never had. Wow. So you do you still talk to her, SP? So know who you add. Don't just come on here just wiping up people. I see people come up here swiping up people, and they say then one lady told me I added you, Trisha. I said okay, you added me. I got to make sure people are genuine. I'm not gonna just be putting everybody in my thing and they're not genuine. I can't do that. I'm not that type of woman. We'll never be that type of woman. Hey, Chris's channel, how are you? What's going on, girly girl? I miss you this morning. I'm still staying on for a moment, but I miss you this morning. Make sure you thumbs up the live, baby girl. Yeah. So don't come on here just getting numbers. Oh, I'm adding you. I'm adding you because I'm adding you. Yeah, because you're just a nice person, and I'm adding you. And a couple hours later, you just woke up, sleepyhead. This my girly. If you guys don't have Chrissy, she's a real good supporter. Get her. She don't add you and take you away. She adds you and keep you. Yeah, you sleepyhead, Chrissy. Don't get Chrissy for a few days and take her off. Get Chrissy and keep her on because that's my Chrissy. So don't do her like that. If you're connecting with Chrissy the right way, she'll connect with you the right way. Right, Chrissy? I come to Live because we can talk about anything and it's always, aw, SP, you awesome. You my baby girl too. Yep, I love you, SP. I love you, SP. I love Chrissy's. That's my girl, Chrissy's. That's my girl. She is. She's always here. Linda was here for a minute. That's my baby girl also. I can't leave her out. Love Linda House of Chills. If you guys don't have Linda House of Chills, you better get her. You better get Linda. She showed me love every day. I mean, she don't miss a beat. That's what you call a good supporter. Yet we have to stick. Amen, Chrissy's. Linda is awesome. She always here, always here. She always support me. She always. That's what I love about her. Yeah, so let's just love one another for real. Don't go around loving a person for a couple seconds and then you take them off. Where they do that at? I guess here in the earth, right? That's where they do it at. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will. Yeah. Love people for real. How would you like somebody to how would you like somebody to do you that way? Get you for a couple hours. Oh, you got my number up. I'm gone. Let me tell you something. No matter how far my number get, I'm never gonna forget where I came from. I'm gonna still support whoever I supported back then. I'm not gonna get big and take them all. Who get big and take the people off? Where they do that at? Linda's awesome. Yes, she is, Chrissy. Chrissy, keep watching the live. I gotta go to the bathroom. Keep watching live. Gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, we have to do the right thing. Love one another while we're here. And don't go grabbing folks that you know ain't gonna stick to you. Who grabs folks and know they ain't gonna stick to them? Are you gonna be cooking live? I am in trouble when the app is gone. I'm trying my best, all things. Okay, who gonna be cooking, SP? Yeah, so when you grab people, make sure it's genuine. Don't just go grabbing people and it's not genuine. Come on live or get what you gone and gone. God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of pretty. Always remember that. He do not like ugly. So if you're doing ugly, let me tell you something. It's gonna come right back to you. Don't go around just grabbing people because you think you can grab them. Oh, I got you. I got you. Really? But are you going to stick with that person, or are you just doing that to get your numbers up? Don't do that. Be genuine with people. Even when it goes to dating, be genuine with that too. Not just with people on here. Are you? Are you? So yeah, we gotta love one another. And when we date somebody, we gotta get somebody that's of the Lord. Don't get somebody because you're lonely. Don't get somebody because you think that's the only person you can get. Don't be like that. I love her. Who you love? SP. Who you love? SP. SP. Who you love? Yeah. So get somebody that the Lord got you to be with. Don't get somebody that's gonna talk about you, that's gonna down you. Don't get somebody with a very high temper. It tells you in the Bible. Don't get people like that because they'll bring you down. And get somebody just not out for sex. Get somebody gonna love you. Yeah. So always remember that, people. Love one another. Show each other love no matter what it is. And show genuine love. Don't be going around giving no fake love to people. And when it comes to dating, get somebody to have a heart like the Lord. Don't get somebody just want to be a sex partner to you. People does that every day. Don't do that. Get somebody who's real. Where's your brother at today, Chrissy? Get somebody who's real. Get somebody who know what they're talking about. Get somebody who's a Christian. Get somebody who goes to church. I'm not saying everybody that goes to church is real because they're not, but at least get somebody that the Lord sends to you. Don't just go picking somebody up to date because you're lonely. Everybody get lonely. God, that's why God said we shouldn't be alone. No man should get alone. So if you're alone, if you're a man, you're gonna find somebody because God don't want you to be alone. He don't want a woman to be alone. That's why He made Adam and Eve. Learn these things, people. Don't just go picking up anybody to marry, and don't go dating somebody to say they're gonna marry you and never marry you. That happens all the time. Don't do that. If somebody's gonna marry you, make sure they mean it. Don't wait 10 years to marry nobody either, because they're not out for marrying you. They're just out to get what you're gonna get. So know those things. Know these things, people. Pray for about these things. And when you find somebody in your life, usually let a man find you. Let a person find you. Don't go out there looking for somebody. Because sometimes when you look for something, you get the wrong stuff. And we don't want the wrong baggage. We don't want the wrong stuff in our life. We want somebody that's gonna really love us for who we are, not for what we got. And we want a person like the Lord. We want his heart to be like the Lord. We don't want to put somebody in our life and he have an angry heart. He's mean. He have a bad temper. We don't want that. We want somebody that's going to love us and cherish us till the end, till death do us part. And we don't want to be in a relationship and somebody going to tell us they're gonna get married to us and we're still dating them 10 years down the line. Don't do that. I'm working on one. Amen. I tell you my most deepest secret, because one day I would like to just talk with you. Oh, SP, me too. I want to talk. I just said that to you. You didn't. You got to look back at some of the message. I said I want to talk to you one day. I'm working on one. I love you. I love you too, SP. I love you more. You are a sweetheart. You are. I love you all, you guys. I love Chrissy too. That is my baby girl right there. That's my little sister. So are you, SP. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You always in my live stream. You always supports me. So I love that. All this love. You right, all this love, three wheels, all this love. Love you too, three wheels. I guess. No, I'm only playing. I do. I love everybody. I love everybody in a special way. We have to love one another. There's so much hate in the world. There's so much hate in the world. People are getting jealous of you just because the way you look. Why do people get jealous just because the way you look? Why do they do that? Can you guys tell me why they do that? Tell me why. Talk to me. I'm a pediatric terminal illness. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Yes, that is awesome. And I am a counselor. I counsel little kids that got problems going on in their lives. And there's a lot of them out there. I am going to try to get you on our TV at home so my wife can watch in the morning. I think it would help her. And oh, you do that. Do that, Three Wheels. And I hope and pray that your wife gets the help she needs with those babies. If I was there and I was off work, honey child, I'd watch your babies all the time for you. But I'm not there. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, sweetie. I can feel the love in this room. Oh, Chrissy, thank you. You's a sweetie. You is a sweetie. But you know what, Chrissy? This morning, it's people come around. They try to steal, kill, and steal your joy if you let them. And I had that moment today, but I let it go. I smiled about it, and I stayed humble. Because people would do it. You are an amazing person. That is a tough job. It is. It is a tough job. What SP do, it is, yeah. So when you're dealing with people every day, dealing with people killing their want to kill themselves, commit suicide, and that's the type of people I deal with every day on a basis, a daily basis. So you got to learn about those type of things. This job is not an easy job. It's something you have. I talk every day. I talk to people every day. I help people out with things that's going on in their daily world. Nursing homes are good places to talk to people too, because they're lonely too. They get lonely also. It's not just people at schools. It's people at the nursing homes. They get lonely. When you have children, you need to listen to your children. When they say something to you, listen to them. There's a lot of children have lost their life because a parent doesn't listen to them. You have to listen to people when they talk, not just to kids. Listen to adults when they talk, because you never know what they got to tell you. Our other channel is where we are. So if you see that in the stream, that would be her. Where we are, she comes to my. I have her. Her other channel is where we are. Come here all the time. Is that your wife, Three Wheels? Where we are? I see a lot of sad situations. My situation seems bad, but not really. I go to the burn unit, and I just thank God for it. Amen. We have to. Yep, Sabrina. All Sabrina is saying, yep. You wait till I get off live. You wait till I get off live stream, Sabrina. I'm gonna tell you a thing or two, Miss Lady. She come on every 5 minutes after she do her PCA. Yep. You funny. I can tell when you come on because the numbers come back on. Hey, Kuala Kusum, how are you? Thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hitting the like button for me. Where are you from? Well, I'm Kuala. Kuala. I hope I'm saying your name right. Kahala. Kuala. Hey, Three Wheels. Is that your? I popped her in under that name a couple times. I was making sure we could find you. Oh, I loved. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Three Wheels, you're awesome. I always see that person coming here and say where we are. Okay, listening Sabrina Koala. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button for me, Koala. How are you doing today, Koala? Is it morning, evening, or night? What time is it there? Three Wheels, you should have told me that. My number should be on. No, it's not on all the time. Miss Lady, Miss Smarty Pants is not. This girl you see, I'm live right now. This is my best friend. Her name is Sabrina, and I'm arguing with her right now, guys. So just don't pay no attention. I'm only playing. Koala, what time is it there? Sabrina. Yeah. So yeah, we have to love one another and be good to one another. My husband making plans to come to Atlanta on vacation, and you better you are you coming too? Cause I can meet you one day if you are honest. You silly. It was probably me. I was networking and adding some people that have. Aw, Three Wheels, you are awesome. I didn't know that was you. I'm gonna whoop you when I see you two, Three Wheels. Koala Pasun, SP. Thumbs up the live, guys, if you haven't done that. Don't just come grabbing. We have to thumbs up the live also. You do stay in trouble. I'm gonna get you when I see you. When I see you, I'm gonna get you, Three Wheels. You got it coming for real. You do. Don't be laughing. I'm for real. Three Wheels is awesome, but I know him as Where We Are, not Three Wheels. You know, yes, I do. You can used to come in a lot too. Used to come a lot, then you stopped coming, and I'm sad about that. You had to stop coming. I was like, where have you been? That's when I seen your name came up. I gave you a wrench. After I gave you a wrench, you stopped coming. I'm gonna take my wrench back. We aren't too far away. We are in. Yeah, Tennessee is not far at all. How's the weather there today? You better be glad. I wish she was closer. I'll help you with your little babies. Yeah, so she can get her breather. But sometimes you need to breathe and let somebody breathe and let them get some rest away from things that's going on in their life. You never know what's going on in a person's lives. So we have to give them some breathing too. Let them breathe a little too. Yeah. We have to let them breathe also. So much stuff going on in the world. Whether they're all, it's very nice here too. I'm gonna call you something SP. Three wheels. I'm gonna be 87 here today. I'm gonna sit outside for a little while. Since I don't have to do anything today, I'm gonna sit outside. I'm gonna relax and just enjoy the day. I took today off, and I want to enjoy. I took today off because it's warm outside, and I'm hardly ever around when it's warm. I am, and then I'm not. So yeah, I get you, point. Yeah. So SP, we're gonna have to really get together on a personal matter, girl, because you are awesome. Where you at, Chrissy? Where's my Chrissy at? Did she leave me? Chrissy be popping in, popping out. Where's my girlie at? Where's my little Chrissy at? Chrissy's where you at? Now you know where I have been with all the kids, taking care of the house and garden and probably work. Aw, well, I'm glad you're doing wonderful. I'm glad. So what do the Bible say about dating? I just told you what it says about dating. You're allowed to date, but make sure that person is gonna marry you. Don't just date somebody SP and don't and he don't want to marry you. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you something what the Bible says. Hold on again. I'm gonna go right back to it. Okay, the Lord wants you to date somebody, but when you date somebody, make sure he's ready to marry you. Don't date somebody that's evil. Don't date somebody gonna talk down about you. There you go, Chrissy. Yes, I will be with him. Okay, cool. You're back, Chrissy. Okay. Oh, it's raining there, Sabrina. Yeah. What it says in Second Timothy chapter 2 verse 22. The Lord says when you date somebody, make sure that person does not don't have evil thoughts. You know how people you date have evil thoughts. You don't want to date somebody. Am I dating now? No, I'm not, SP, because I haven't found the man that the Lord going to put in my life. You know, like I said, I was married 11 years, SP, and he died of ALS. I don't know if you guys know what ALS is. If you're not, I'll let you know. Um, you should look for a partner that is equally yoked and you see as a life relationship at SP. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. So I was dating. Only person to know about what's going on in my life is my best friend Sabrina. She's online now, but I was dating. I dated this guy. I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, three wheels. I dated um my husband for 6 months before I got married. Everybody said, "Oh, that was too long." Time don't tell you. It don't tell you when you. What is there a book tell you when you're supposed to start getting married or not? I don't date long. I like to get married. If I'm you never. Let me tell you something. As long as you get to know a person, you're never gonna know that person. I don't care. It's something new you're gonna find out about that person, whether you're married to them or not. Right here, also okay. Whether you're married to him or not. So I got married 6 months later, and I stayed married to him almost 12 years. But he died of ALS, and that's Lou Gehrig's disease. It cripples your body. It makes you make your head turn to the side. First, your head start turning to the side. My wife and I dated for a couple years, but we were friends for years before that. Okay, yeah. I met my husband. I was a person who I was an inspector. Inspected parts on cars, all kinds of parts. It was like I was an inspector. I inspected parts on cars. So I met him there. So we got married 6 months later. We really didn't know each other good, but we knew each other. We started staying together, and then I didn't want to be with somebody and I wasn't married. So I said I want to get married, and I told him I said, "Are you ready to get married?" He said, "Yes." So we got married. I had my ups and downs with him. Only thing I didn't like about him because he was a lazy Christian, and it tells you about a lazy Christian. The Lord don't want you to be a lazy Christian. If you're a lazy Christian, the person is going to church and you're staying home, that's called a lazy Christian. And I'm just trying to find that verse again when I was telling you guys about being a lazy Christian. The Lord don't want us to be lazy when it comes to being in a relationship. I can't find it, but when I find it, before I get off this line, I'm going to let you guys know. He wanted to stay home. Why go to church? No. And he wanted to watch the football game. Why go to church? No. If we're married, we should go to church together. It's not you stay home. Why go to church? No. Or you stay home. Why I work? No. It don't go that way. So he was a lazy Christian, and the Lord. Okay, here you go. Don't date a lazy Christian. It's in the Bible. And it tells you that on Second Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 6. It tells you about a lazy Christian. The Lord don't want you to date somebody that's going to be a lazy Christian. Somebody don't want to serve the Lord like you are. If you serving the Lord, you want somebody the same way, to line up the same way you are. Now, if you don't serve the Lord, then you can get somebody like that if you want to. I want to be with somebody that's going to be like me. 3 wheels, been married already. Yeah, so you want to get somebody like you. So go back and look at that verse on a lazy Christian. The lazy Christian. You can find that on Second Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 6. Watching sports instead of going to church. Oh no, my wife would take my head off. I would too. I did that to him. So yeah, go find that. Go read up on that. He don't want you to be that. And another thing the Lord don't want you to do, he don't want you to look for outer beauty. Don't go looking for somebody for outer beauty. The Lord said look for inner beauty. And you can find that verse on Peter, verse 3, verse 4. 3, chapter 3, verse 4. And that's First Peter's chapter 3, verse 4. Go look in that and find out about inner beauty. It tells you about inner beauty. Inner beauty counts always. Outer beauty doesn't count. People always looking on the outside. Stop looking on the outside of a person. That's not going to get us nowhere. If you're looking for the outside of a person, that's going to change soon. That person's not going to always be pretty. If you're looking for that, you're looking the wrong way. You're doing the wrong stuff. I figured you were married with a situation with your daughter that went back to live with her birth. Oh, I'm talking about, okay, you guys talking about that. Yeah, so always learn these guys, and when you want to find out about inner beauty, make sure you look for on First Peter, verse 3 to chapter 4. You were protective for sure, Trisha, with him. Yes, I was, Sabrina. Yes, I was. Yeah. So people always look for the outside of a person. Stop doing that. The outer beauty gonna get wrinkled. The outer beauty gonna get gray. The outer beauty gonna just sometime die. Don't look for the outer beauty. Look for the inner beauty. The inner beauty lasts a lifetime, forever. It don't go away. But if you're looking for somebody for the outer beauty, it's gonna change. They're gonna change. So if they got a good heart that's lined up like the Lord, that's what we're gonna look for. We're not gonna look for what they look like, how they look, what they wear, what they don't wear. Don't stop looking for stuff like that in people. Who does that? People here on earth does that. Don't do that. And another thing the Lord wants you to do, He wants you to date somebody with a great attitude. Why would you want to date somebody with a crazy attitude? Talking smart, have an attitude problem, bipolar. One day they smiling in your face, one day. I don't want to date nobody like that. If you can't be the same always, bye. Don't. And it tells you that, you go to Romans chapter 15, verse 5 through 6, it tells you about dating somebody with an attitude. Don't date people with bad attitudes. Go look back at these verses that I said to you guys, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you see that it's true. And we also said, date someone who encourages you. You want to date somebody who encourages you. Make you feel good about yourself. Even when you don't feel good about yourself, always date somebody that's going to encourage you. And when you want to find that verse, go to Philippians chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. And it'll tell you about dating people that encourage you. And also date somebody who supports you. Not only encourage you, supports you. Everybody you date don't support you. Everybody you date is not for the right stuff either. They tell you stuff and do the opposite. Always find somebody that's there for you, not against you. Did you see SB News question? What did you say, SB? Do you miss being married? Oh, I do miss being married, SP. Sorry, I didn't see your message. I'm just talking. I do miss being married. I can't wait. You know what, SP? I can't wait to get married again. I love the marriage life. I hate being single, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm learning to deal with it. Sometimes you get lonely, but as long as I got the Lord in my life, and I know He's gonna bless me with that special man, that's all that matters. I'm sorry, SP. I didn't mean it. I'm just go over your mess. Yeah, 3 will. My husband is a minister. He's strict, but The dead man is hard for him. So show love too, because he was hurt with his first wife. I wouldn't claim him to. I wouldn't claim him. Oh, yeah, and after that, you can't eat them after this. Yeah, after this, I'm gonna throw it away. I was gonna throw it away yesterday, but I didn't. After this, don't do it no more, because it's like 7 days now. Now, after 7 days, you don't supposed to be eating stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. What? Hold on, guys. This charge is acting up on me. Yeah, right. So we want to line our hearts up with the Lord. Yes, I would love to get married again, but I'm not going to go out and just marry anybody because that's desperate people. I'm definitely far from being desperate. Uh, I'm far from being desperate. I want to find a guy. I want that guy to find me. And so, I run into a lot of people that, oh, yeah, you look this, you look that. I don't want to look for the guy that's telling me I look this, look that. Look at my heart. Don't look on the outside. Please don't do that. You're so right. Inner beauty is all that matters. Yeah, inner beauty is what matters, SP, not the outside. Um, I will pray that situation have a rough relation before I get married, and it took me a few years before I was loving my wife like I should. You know what? At 3 wheels, sometime it does. Sometime it does, but at least you loving her now. That's all that counts. Christy said, I don't date because of things I see that's happening in a relationship. I just don't want to get hurt. And Chrissy, there's nothing wrong with that. Chrissy, I've been hurt before, but like I said, sometimes we have to step out of that and let the Lord lead us into somebody that's going to love us for us. And I'm quite sure the Lord going to lead you to somebody amazing for you, wonderful, handsome, all that you want. Just wait on him, you'll see. The Lord can do amazing. He can do amazing things. We will. He always do. We got to trust and believe in him. And when we don't trust and believe in him, that's when things go down the drain. One thing you always should learn to do, no matter what life throws at you, always learn to stay humble. I stay humble. Like I said, I was not always a humble person because I was always mean. I am not a mean person no more. I take a lot from people, what I shouldn't take from people, but I do anyway. Because I know I'm going to be blessed every day with the Lord got me. I believe God has him because I see the individual. Right. You right. Amen. You right. What? Oh, I hope you don't find it later. Okay. Just put it in the back on the bed for now. I'll put it in the back on the bed. Don't worry, I'll get it because you're gonna need that. Because I think once this house get empty, you're gonna find that. I do believe. I don't think that's gone because it's a long piece, right? Oh no, yeah, that's here somewhere. It's just somewhere in this somewhere. Sorry guys, I was talking to my daughter. You wanna come say hi, Asia? Okay. Huh? Okay. Hi, the boss. Thanks for stopping in. I said hi to you the other day in your live stream, boss. You mustn't see me. I said hi. How are you? I gave you a big thumbs up, but you mustn't see me. I said it twice to you in one of your live streams. I forgot which one it was, but thanks for stopping in, the boss. Uh, I believe God has him because I see. Oh, SB, you so wonderful. Thank you. You doing too much. Bye, Mary Kay. Okay. Yeah. So he got people in our lives ready for us, but we got to be ready for them. When the Lord's put somebody in our life, let's be ready. Some people the Lord put in our life, we're not ready for them. You got to be ready when He put. I am so sorry. I will make sure that the next time to give you a huge shout out. Please come back. I will come back. I'm gonna always come back. I don't hold grudges with people. You maybe was busy talking to somebody, but I said hi, and it's okay. I'm not mad. Thank you though for coming and come on. You come anytime you want to. You're always welcome here, anytime. Yeah. So we got to learn to love regardless. And when the Lord sends somebody in your life, be ready for them. Some people don't be ready and they miss out on their blessings when the Lord sends something to you. So when the Lord send me my husband, believe me, SP, you guys, and Chrissy, and I'm going to be ready for him. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to be ready. So I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm not going to sit up and be impatient. The Lord don't want you to be impatient when it comes to getting somebody. wonderful in your life. He wants you to be ready. He wants you to date someone who encourages you. Everybody you meet doesn't encourage you. Always remember that. Date somebody that's going to encourage you. And that's on Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. It'll tell you about dating people that encourages you. Go back and look at these chapters. And it tells you about being a Christian and cheering each other up. That's in Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. It tells you about when you're dating people, they should cheer you up when you're feeling sad. Don't date, just don't just date people when they don't cheer you up. People who is not going to cheer you up all the time. Get away from people like that. When people are downing you all the time, talking about you, that's not of God. Always remember that. Good morning. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm all over the place here. I pray about it. Oh, Chrissy is coming, girl. It's coming, girl. SP said, that's good to know. If he do it for you, God will do it for us. Thank you for the testimony. Amen. He will, SP. The Lord is good, and He's not good sometimes. He's good all the time. That's what people get getting it twisted. They think He's good sometimes because they got their blessing. But the Lord is good sometimes, all the time. Even though you get your blessing, if you don't get your blessing, He's still good. Know these things. My wife's voice is my favorite song. Aw, that's so sweet. You making me smile. Your wife's voice is your favorite song. Aw, Three Wheels, that's cute. Three Wheels, you are so right. Yeah. So don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about what people talk, how people feel about you. If they didn't like the Lord, guess what? They ain't gonna like you either. And if you can't deal with that, you're gonna have to get over that. You can't. You're gonna have to stop getting in your feelings and get over it. Yeah, you got to get over it. Life is too short to be angry. Life is too short to be mean. There's a lot of mean people. Like I said, I was mean before to people. It's not. That's not a good look on a beautiful person. Being mean to people is a horrible look. Don't be mean to people. Be humble. Be nice. Be friendly, of course. Always be friendly, no matter what life throws at you. Life throws a lot of stuff at me. The devil was a liar this morning. I'm trying to tell you, he came into today and tried to steal, kill, and destroy me today. I'm not going to let it happen. You got to always stay prayed up. The most thing that we have to learn to do is stay prayed up. We don't stay prayed up enough. What we do, we want the Lord to bless us with stuff, and then we forget about it in the next hour, the next minute, the next second. Why would you pray about something that don't stay prayed up? Who does that? I guess people here do that. But we got to learn to love the Lord and love who He is. Don't love Him for what He gave us. Love Him all the time, no matter what. I am glad that I can share what the Lord has done with me. I have been in youth ministry for 10 years. Amen. Three Wheels. You are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad I came across you. Now I know who this is, where we are. You something else. I'm going to get you, Three Wheels. I'm sorry that I took so long to answer back. I have dyslexia really. It's Chrissy, it's okay. You are always welcome here, sweetie. You are my sister. And you know that. And when I don't see you, I'll be like, where's my Chrissy? I looked this for you earlier this morning. I didn't see you. I said, where's she at? I mean, my live stream had started off really, really little bit. And I was like, where's everybody at? I could have fell asleep. About I said, a whole half an hour. It was like two people, one person. Yeah, so, girl, I love you. Don't worry about it. I truly understand. But yeah, we got to love the people that the Lord put in our lives and love them for real. Don't give fake love. I'm allergic to fake love. I hope you guys are allergic to fake love. Yeah. And the Lord wants us to be in our dating relationship, be exclusive. Care about others. When you're in a relationship, be exclusive and you care about others. And you can find that verse in Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. Always care about each other when you're in a relationship. No worries. If you look at one of my recent videos, you will see I installed my wrong part. Where did it go? Okay, Three Wheels. Only Three Wheels do that. Yeah, but yeah. And let's always practice to be humble with each other, even though we don't want to. Always still practice that to be humble with each other. Stop, Stasia. Always practice to be humble. Love one another no matter what. No matter how people treat you, always know the Lord got you. No matter how you feel about a person, still be humble with that person. Don't give up on being who you are for people. Mostly people, they give up being who they are for people because they don't think people like them. Don't worry about if the world don't like you. You're not living for the world. You're living for the Lord. I will watch your videos today. Mine's Chrissy. Oh, who videos you talking about? Oh, you talking about watching Three Wheels? Okay. Yeah, we got to love to learn one another, love to love one another while we're here, because tomorrow's not promised, and we're breathing today, so we got to do it while we're breathing. Always practice smiling with each other, no matter what. There's a lot of people don't smile enough. A lot of people are unhappy for some reason. Some people are angry with you for simply no reason. And that's just the way the world is. But we got to practice not doing that to each other. We have to practice loving one another for who they are, not for what they have, not what they can offer you. Just love them for who they are. Stop looking for outer beauty. Look for inner beauty. Any inner beauty counts. Channel, thank you. Let's go back. Oh, VLG. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, learn these things, guys. I'm gonna get off in about 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is counting down. I'm probably gonna talk you guys' head off. I can talk and talk and talk and talk. But it's positive talking. It's just not something just negative. I don't talk negative. I like talking positive. Inner beauty is where it is. You're right. If you thinking about being with somebody for what they look like, you're doing the wrong stuff. Don't be with somebody for what they look like. That's gonna fade. I always looked at for what I always looked at a person's heart. I never looked at it on the outside because that's discouraged me looking for the outside of a person. Sometimes you look on the outside of a person, they have a really really bad attitude, and that's not my cup of tea. I'm not dealing with nobody's attitude. I can't do that. And one thing I don't want to deal with tolerate somebody being bipolar with me. One day you're liking me, one day you don't. One day it's this way, one day I'm not dealing with that type of stuff. I am a loving person, so I want somebody to love me back the correct way. Don't say play like you loving me and you're not loving me. And one thing in a dating thing I want to tell you guys, don't play house with somebody if you're dating them. Don't try to be like you're married to them when you're not. Don't play house. The Lord don't want you to play house cooking for somebody. Are you married to that woman or man to be cooking for them? Don't be going around playing house. Marry that person. If you can play house, you can marry that person. I wasted a lot of my life looking at the wrong thing, but praise the Lord that I listened to him before I got amen. I did too. I did the same thing, Three Wheels. I looked at the, for the wrong. I looked at for a handsome man. A handsome man is not going to make me get nowhere. He's usually those handsome people, the ones that they're out for themselves. They're not out for you. You got to know these things. Yeah, Chrissy. People are not out for you, especially when you're dating. Know who you're dating. Know who it is. Don't just go date anybody because you think it's cute, cool. It's not cool to date anybody. I look for men in the wrong ways. I was looking for a handsome man, a big muscle bound man. But my husband was a very handsome. But we stayed together 11 years. He loved me and I loved him. And I miss him very much. But let me tell you something. I never took a day for granted that I was with him. And I hope and pray that I find a man like him, like a heart like he had, rather, really. That's what I want. I don't look at all. You gonna look, Chrissy. Stop that. I'm gonna find Chrissy a Christian man. Yes, I am. For Chrissy's. Yeah, so yay. But they're gonna find you, don't worry. Hey SP, where did you go? Did you go hide from me? I remember you said you wasn't always like you are now. I wasn't like this either. I used to hurt people. I don't know why I think I would be mean, but people wouldn't let me in this. You know what? You know what? I'm serious, Chrissy. You know what, SP? I was mean. You guys wouldn't have liked me a long time ago. A couple years ago, I was mean. I would get angry with people for no reason, and I was really stuck up. It's not nice to be stuck up. You know what? Because people don't want you in their circle when you're stuck up and mean. Why would you be stuck up and mean with people? They don't want you in their circle. I practice being positive. I am not negative, and I was always negative. That's one thing. I was negative about everything. I don't want to be that type of way. I want to live the right way, the way I'm supposed to be. And it's not being negative, and it's not being mean to people. Sometimes you outgrow that stuff, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you still that type of person. I've been saved 4 years now, and I thank God that He removed me from that type of stuff the way I was, because that wasn't God-like. How can I be mean and love the Lord? I was going to church and still being mean, being evil and talking crazy to people and just cussing them out. I don't cuss no more. I don't do none of that stuff. And I thank God that he took that away from me because I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I thank God each and every day. We all go through stuff and change, go through stuff in life, but we have to be the bigger person and go overcome those type of things, situations. When I met my husband, I didn't think he was good looking, but now I think he's fine. I love him so much. Good, SB. That's what I'm trying to say. Love him. Love him for who he is, not what he looked like. Because if you're looking for looks, you're looking the wrong way. That is not what the Lord wants us to look for. I am so glad you are obedient. This is the powerful. Aw, thank you, Three Wills. You got to make me smile even more. Yeah. So look for people for their inner beauty. Don't look for the outside. I did that. And I know that's my testimony. I looked for people from the outside. I wasn't thinking about how his heart was. Don't do that because you're going to get messed up. Yeah. Thank you. You're going to get messed up. Don't do that. I've been hurt before. So I had to learn reason why I was hurt before because I did people mean. You can't treat people mean. You got to be good to people. He's my best friend. He can't go nowhere. Poor fella. Aw, cool. That's good. But see, that's the kind of relationship that I want to have. I want to get somebody to love me for me, not for what I look like. I run into guys say, "Oh, you so beautiful." Don't bye, bye, because you're not looking at me for who I am. Don't do that. I got a roll, but it was been good. Thank you for your. Oh, you so welcome, Three Will. Thanks for staying with me so long. I'm about to go get off in 10 minutes, but I appreciate you, Three Wills. If I had never said that, I appreciate you for coming, and always come back again. As where we are, or Three Wills. Either way you come, just come back, and you have an awesome day, awesome morning, and enjoy your day, and be blessed always. Yeah, so yeah, we got to love one another. Aw, thank you, the boss life. You love one another no matter what. Okay, Three Wills. Three Wills, have a wonderful day. Yeah, I'm going to get off in like 10 minutes. I just want to get some hours in here, being that I didn't have to do nothing today. I thought I would do that. Yeah, so yeah, we have to love one another and always pick the right man. Don't or pick the right woman. Let the Lord pick them for you. Don't go picking anybody because sometimes when you pick somebody that the Lord didn't bring into your life, you'd be very very upset about it. Always remember who you want to get with. Be with somebody that's gonna make you feel good. Hey, Destiny, how are you? Thanks for joining. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm about to be getting off in 10 minutes, but I thank you for joining. Welcome anytime. Yeah, so we got to love people and get with the people that the Lord put in our hearts. Don't get with anybody. Don't get with somebody you're dating. You're dating that person. You've been dating that person for 10 years and you're still dating him. And they haven't went nowhere. You don't even have an engagement ring, but you guys going to get married. When are you going to get married? If it's going to take 10 years for you to get married, then you don't need to be with that person. Don't get with a person that's going to talk to you about sex the first time you meet them. If you're going to be with somebody that's going to talk to you about sex the first time you meet them, guess what? That's not of God. That's just a man trying to get in your panties. Leave away from those people. Be with somebody going to line you up like the Lord is. The Lord have a wonderful heart. You want to get somebody to have a wonderful heart too. You want somebody going to pray with you like the Lord will pray with you. Don't get with somebody that's going to mistreat you. And don't get with somebody going to have a high temper. I just told you guys about that chapter in the Bible that we don't want to get with somebody that's going to have a high temper. And getting with somebody that have a heart like the Lord. We don't want to get with people that doesn't have a heart like the Lord. We want to get with people that's going to build us up, not tear us down. And you want to get with somebody that's going to keep you pure. Keep your heart always pure. And when you want to read on that Bible verse, go to 1 John chapter 3 through verse 3. Chapter 3, verse 3. And it tells you about keeping yourself pure when you meet people down the line. And stop hurting, get with people that don't hurt you and talking about sexual desires. And that's on 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. Go look at these verses in the Bible. You see what I'm talking about. And we want to talk about, you want to acknowledge your sins. If you done did something wrong that you're not proud of, you go pray about it. And what you need to go pray about, you need to go ask the Lord to wash you clean. Cleanse your soul, cleanse your heart. And you can find out on Psalms chapter 51, verse 2 through 4. And he'll cleanse your heart about stuff that you've done wrong. Like you did something that you're not proud of doing. Go to that chapter and you read about it. And it'll tell you about stuff. And when you want to ask for forgiveness, go to Psalm chapter 51 also, and you read about that too. It'll tell you about forgiveness, forgiving what you've done wrong, forgiving people. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful. You do the same thing, SP. Thanks for joining, sweetie. And I'll see you tomorrow or probably later on this evening if you can come back. Yeah, so I'm going to get off in about 10 minutes also. I don't talk everybody ear off, but guys, I want you guys to know these things that we're talking about. And third, we have to learn to forgive each other. Quit feeling guilty about something we did. If we did something that we're not proud of, go to the Lord and let Him forgive you. And that's in Psalm chapter 32, verse 1 through 6. That'll tell you about forgiving if you've done something wrong that you're not proud of doing. Everybody have done something wrong that they're not proud of doing. But when you forgive yourself, then the Lord will forgive you also. God has a mate for you. You got to understand, yeah, the Lord have a mate for you. He may not come when you want it, but He's on time. The God gonna send you somebody that's gonna love you for who you. Thank you for still being here, sweetie. God gonna send you somebody, Chrissy, like I was saying, that will love you for who you are. And that chapter is in Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. God has a mate for you. And look at that chapter, Chrissy. It's Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. He have a mate for all of us. But we haven't seen it yet, but it's coming. We got to be obedient and wait on Him. Wait on the Lord and you'll see who's coming in your life. But if you haven't thumbs up the live, thumbs up the live. I'm about to be getting off here in about 5 minutes. And I don't want to talk you guys' head off, but I want you guys to know these chapters that's going on in the Bible. And what we need to do sometime if we don't have a mate, we ask the Lord for a mate. Ask the Lord, is He going to send you a mate? Ask Him. And that's in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 4. Ask the Lord to send you somebody that's going to love you, that's going to treasure you, cherish you. But when you ask the Lord for a mate, be specific about asking Him. Don't just ask Him for somebody, because He's going to send you somebody. Be specific when you ask the Lord for somebody. Always be specific. Don't ask Him for somebody and think you're going to get it that way. That's not the way the Lord works. So always be specific in whatever you do in life. And yeah, ask Him for a good man. And because you're not supposed to be alone. We're supposed to be with somebody. And God hears your heart and He hears your desires. If you don't think that God is listening to you, He listens to you every day about whatever going on in your life. And you can find that in Psalms 37, chapter 4. It'll tell you about God listens to your heart. And also you can find out in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8. Those are chapters we need to look at and read about. Yeah, that's what I do. I wait upon the Lord. Yeah, wait on Him. Read those chapters, Chrissy's, that I put on. Go back and look at them. Look at these chapters. You want to wait on the Lord and ask Him for a mate. And that's in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 14. It'll tell you about asking the Lord for your mate. And like I said, you want to ask, if you want the God to bless you with a mate, you go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. It tells you about getting a mate and staying with that mate and doing the right thing with that mate. Don't get with somebody that's trying to talk about sexual desires. That's not of God. Get with somebody that's lined up with the Lord. Live like the Lord. Pray like the Lord. Pray like you do. So always remember these things, God. Be good to one another. Be humble to one another. Don't forget to smile no matter what you're going through. Don't let nobody steal your joy. I mean nobody. Don't let nobody come in your life and steal your joy. People will kill, steal, and destroy you and make you feel like you're nothing. Don't let people make you feel like that. It's enough of that in the world. Stay away from people like that. That's called toxic relationships. Toxic people. We don't want to be around people like that. Because those people here are just gonna come steal, kill, and destroy us. Don't be around people like that. Life is too short for that. We live and learn each day about stuff, and we got to continue on living and learning. Living and learning is learning how to treat one another, be kind to one another, and be humble. So I'm going to close with that. And you all have a wonderful day. And I thank each and every one of you guys for joining me. And always remember to smile. And always remember to be humble with each other, no matter how it is, no matter how you feel about somebody. Always still be humble to them because, like I said, you never know that person's story. You never will know that person's story. So just continue to smile every day and be good. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.